Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes, guys, we are back again, bringing this special show, guys. It's transfer deadline day, guys. Yeah, guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes, guys, we are back again with transfer deadline day, guys. We are 5 hours away till 11 p.m. shut off, guys. So this evening, Matt will be with us shortly when he can. He's just finishing off work, so he'll be in the house shortly, guys. So the link is in the chat, guys. If you want to come on and have your say about the transfers gone out, the transfers coming in at Spurs, come and have your say, guys. So the comments, the link is in the comment section, the StreamYard link. So just click on that, guys, and come and have your say. So let's get to the players that's coming already, guys. To me, these are the players that's coming in already. Get this up on screen in a minute, guys. Wait on. So the first one, guys, it's this one. It's Dejan Kulusevski from Juventus. It's an 18-month loan deal and an obligation to buy. So we will buy him over, after the 18-month loan deal is up. So we've got Kulusevski through the door, and we have got his mate from Juventus as well. His teammate from Juventus is Rodrigo Bentancur. I don't know much about this guy. This one, it threw me at the hat, this one. I'm not too sure, this one. But, guys, it's a body for the door. And what I've been told about this player, this is an upgrade to like someone like Lo Celso, to like a Winks, so to a Dele as well. So, yeah, this could be a positive transfer. Rodrigo Bentancur. So, guys, if you're in chat, if you know this player very well, just tell me, give me a bit more information on this guy. But this other one we got through the door, I think this guy is going to be amazing. Dejan Kulusevski. Cristiano Ronaldo has said this guy is going to be an absolute star in the future. We've got a ball on our hands, apparently. So that's coming from Cristiano Ronaldo, guys. So that's two for the door at the minute. We have got comments in here. We've got Paul. Yes, Paul. Big up, Simon. We must be getting some more in today with the amount of outgoings we've had. Yeah, it's. I've got deadline day on my TV in the background here, and I'm trying to keep up to date, guys, with all the latest news. It's not just Tottenham. I'll go through some signings as well from other teams. What's going to go through as well? Yes, Paul. With now Lo Celso's gone out. Lo Celso, Brian Hill, Tungi, and Dombele as free, guaranteed, gone out the door, and we got Dele Alli, £14 million. If this is true, there is something must be happening at Tottenham, because four midfielders going out of the club and only two coming in, I think. But that could be getting these dead wood, what we've been screaming out for, getting rid of them. And this is probably the build-up for the summer. I mean, this is what it win. So maybe Conte thinks we've got enough until from now till the end of the season to maybe get top four. So that's the key. Top four is clinical for the summer, guys. But thanks for coming in, Paul. How's the weather in Florida? Is it nice and hot over there? We've got Wayne. Evening, Simon. Hope you're well. I'm surprised it's an 18-month loan deal. I am very surprised, Wayne. Very surprised. I thought it was going to be just a straight buy or a loan to the end of the season and an option to buy. But it's literally a straight 18-month loan deal with an obligation buy, Wayne. Thanks for coming in, pal. Much appreciated. We've got cousin Mike. How's it going, pal? Two good signings you lot have done. Well, Mike Kudoveski, yes, I've seen this guy. He is very good, absolutely very good. So I'm happy with that one. The other one, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. So the breaking news at the minute, guys, it's just broken Sky Sports News. Jesse Lingard stays at United, staying at United. Newcastle and West Ham were in for him, so they are both staying. He is staying at United, guys. But Mike, thanks for coming on. Mike, if you want to come up, you say any time from now to 11 p.m, mate. The link is in the chat. Any one of you, come and have a chat with me and with Matt coming on as well soon. Top 9 for free. All right, Si. I'm still at Hotspur Way. Top 9 for. Keep it going, my man. Keep it going, my man. Seriously. As I said, it's all good. All these protesting and things like that. But I'm just hoping Daniel Levely is listening to you lot out there and hoping to get one or two more over the line tonight. I think we do need it. I really do. So where are we? We've got Clock Dunce. Thanks for coming in, pal. The movement today has been insane. Any doubts that we aren't aiming Conte's wishes and need to go? Yeah, absolutely, Clock Dunce. The move today with the outs. That's the important thing for me. It's the outs. We've been crying for Endon Bailey to go out. We've been crying for Dele Alli to go out. Crying for Lo Celso to go out. We got three of these out the door. Nearly. Dele Alli looks like he's close to Everton. Completion for £40 million, guys. I'll say that again. £40 million. Looks like we're getting for Dele Alli. Absolutely sensational deal for Tottenham. And Wayne says, top 9 for free. How's it going at Hotspur Way? All good fellow, he says. Getting Ali, Endobelli and the Soso out. It's just sent a message to the rest of the team. Absolutely. They are not messing about this Conte and Paratici and all that. They're not messing about these. If you're not good enough, you're not going to pull your weight, you're going out of this football club. And it's good. It's good. It's good to see. I mean, we got Matt. Evening, buddy. Yes, Matt. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Anyone? Any Leeds news, mate? So that'll be. Tell us any news. What's going on, Leeds? I'm really concentrating on this transfer deadline day as well. So I'm switching. If you think when I'm going like switching, I'm watching this TV as well, guys. And John Spurd Thompson. Oh yes, John. He's just up the road in Blackpool. John, thanks for coming in, pal. Bazuma, watch this space. Wow. That will be. But do you know what? Do we want a player like Bazuma? I need a quality player, but what's going on with him? It's like, what's happened with them girls as well in hotels like Greenwood. What's happened with Greenwood? Do we want someone like that at the club? Like, don't take him. His ability is fantastic. His ability is absolutely fantastic. Top 943 say still a few here. Keep it going, matey. Keep it going. Let Conte know the noise, mate. Let the Conte know the noise that he needs. I don't think like two. Is it enough? Two bringing in and all these players going out? I don't know. And I will do it a bit later, cuz not a problem, Mike. Come on whenever you want. It's always there. I said, guys, the link is at the top of the chat, guys. If you want to come on and have your say, come on and have your say. Matt will be with me very soon. I'm hoping to have one or two on the show, but me and Matt, we're just going to go through it. I'm just going to talk about other teams as well, what's happening as well. Matthew says, nothing, pal, all quiet on the signing front. Right, Leeds are all quiet, apparently, to Matt. Cordon says, do you think one more incoming will, with the wages freed up? Do you know what, Gondos? I'm hoping so. I'm especially if we are definitely getting £40 million for Dele Alli. That's the thing. We've got money there. We can go and get one. Unless Paratici and Daniel Levy's got something really lined up and not saying nothing until these like a deal that Ali's gone over the window. I mean, so yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. One more. I'll take a Bazuma. But a right wing back, I think someone like a Tarek Lamptey. Yeah. So another breaking news, guys. Newcastle signed Matt Taggart on loan from Aston Villa till the end of the season, I think it is. So yeah. Moving players on there, totally party. Antonio Conte. I'm just listening to the thing, guys, and listen to what Paul Gilmore's got to say here at Tottenham training ground. Right, let's get through some of these comments here as well. John Spurs something say we need a striker, keeper, and a centre back. John, I think majority of these transfers will happen in the summer. In the summer, my man. Seriously. So Paul Gilman was not really saying much, guys, saying about the transfers coming in and going out, and it's a process, it's a progress what we're making, getting players out the door, the ones what's been causing trouble, causing havoc over the last couple of seasons. You know what I mean? So we had Matt say we struggled till now. We'll struggle till the end of the season. I'll get you there, Matt. Top 943 BBC cameras here now at Hotspur Way. Get at them. Get at them. Keep going, guys. And say, let's hope Leavely Paratici are seeing things like this. I mean, just one more through the door tonight. I mean, a right wing back I'll take, or a striker. We know that a striker, but a right wing back will do me very nicely. And we've got Crocodile saying Arsenal and Manchester United have had a shocking window. I think the squad we have is light, but those teams are in turmoil. Absolutely. They're not doing nothing in the window. At least we're getting Deadwood out. That's the main thing. That's the big thing at Tottenham at the minute. We're getting these Deadwood out who's causing trouble, who's causing havoc over the last couple of seasons. You know what I mean? And I think this is a progression now, guys, to the end of the season. Then going into the summer window. I really, really do. I've been saying this for a long, long time since Conte's been here. It's going to be the summer. I'm judging it after the summer, not after this window, after the summer window. Matt saying consistent, if nothing else. Absolutely, pal. Hyper says, where are all the people who are crying and moaning about Dele Alli, saying that he was world class and that he was young? Listen. The guy's talented. He had 2 very good seasons at Tottenham. Don't kid yourself saying Dele Alli is not a good player. The guy's he's lost himself at Tottenham, isn't it? He's lost his way. He's lost himself. He needs to go to another club to reunite himself again, to find the Dele Alli that we know, Piper. I mean, we know. And let's hope now he's a fresh start at Everton under Frank Lampard. If that deal gets over the line, let's hope. I hope Dele comes back and shows us the Dele Alli, because we know what a great player Dele is. But unfortunately, we can't have bad apples like him around at the club. You know what I mean? That's it with Dele, me personally. Thanks for coming on, pal. Thanks for your comments. Michael says if Newcastle stay up, I think they'll go in to buy some massive players in the summer. Their transfer this January have been mentioned. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. I think they are going to buy big in the summer. That's what a couple of these journalists are saying, that Newcastle, if they stay up, they will buy massive in the summer. We've got Paul. Evening, mate. How's it going, pal? Not enough with 2 signings. We already have a small squad. I'll get you what you're saying, Paul. I'll get you. But at the end of this window, we're going to February, mate. And if we can keep every single player fit and adding these 2 and got rid of the dead apples, I think we've still got a squad that can get top 4. Me personally, but everyone in the chat just let me know what you think, guys. Wayne says, I hope Paratici is working on getting some pre-contract signed. That's the key, Wayne. That's the key. There are so many good players out there on free transfers in the summer. We could be. I wouldn't put it past me if the transfer window goes And the next couple of days, Spurs announced that they've signed these players on pre-contracts for next summer. I think, me personally, they're looking more to the summer. But don't get me wrong, if they got a chance of getting a couple more through the door, they will. Trust me. I'm telling you, they're probably still working at trying to at least get one through the door. Me personally, I don't think our business is not done. Is done yet. Hyper says, where are they now? All the fans who said that Dele Ali will improve, that was a good player and we need development, or suddenly the fans don't care. I just think he needed a move at the end of the day, Hyper. Top line for say, Leavely has already seen the Enoch out banner when he drove past. Absolutely. So he knows you're all out there. And let's hope your pressure guys out there is doing a fantastic job. And hopefully we do get one more over the line. I can't see it. I really can't. I think that's our business done. I hope not. I hope in the last couple of hours they've struck a deal with someone, but I can't see it, guys. I think the main object of this window was getting players out of the door, getting the deadwoods that don't want at this club no more, to want to move on. And me personally, if they want top four this season, they have to. I agree. They do need to get one or two more in. They need to spend the big bucks, because if you spend the big bucks now, you're going to get it back if we finish in the top four. So it's a win-win if you finish in the top four and spend big now. Dele Alli's under Super Frank will be good for him. They play similar football and get in the box. Yeah, maybe when Dele was at Tottenham under Conte at the minute, he's probably been asked to play different roles, deeper roles, and things like that. Not playing to his strengths, and maybe playing under a guy as Frank Lampard. He's a similar player to Frank Lampard, box to box. He arrives late in box as well to score goals. I think he'll do good under Frank Lampard. Paul says, great for Dele to have another chance, and so glad we have NW off our wage. But yeah, absolutely. But we're still paying it sounds like we are still paying Tungi's wage while he's still at Lyon, Paul. So who else in the chat? Hyper says, I understand, Simon, but where is that energy now? Because I heard a lot of times that he needed development, that he was world class and he might go to PSG championship more like his level. No way, championship more like his level, Hyper. I don't care what you say, matey. No, not a chance, mate. There is a good player in Dele Alli. There is a good player in Dele. I don't care what it is. He just needed to go away, find his game again. Really do. He needs to find his game again. Fashion says, all right, Si. Glad the players who aren't giving 100% on the pitch and who are disruptive in the changing rooms have left. Hopefully, these new signings are workhorses and inspire and motivate the whole squad. Absolutely. Facts and stat. Thanks for joining the channel, mate. Thanks for following the stream. Nice one. And I totally agree with you, mate. So, guys, if you're in the chat, guys, make sure if you want to come on and have your say and have a little talk with me and with Matt coming on soon as well, come and have your say. The link is at the top of the page. I will put it back in a minute. Everyone's missed it. But if you want to come have your say, come have a say. Come have a talk with me. And we'll talk about these transfers going on at the minute. And we got Darren saying the two signs will improve first team and won't be moaning like Dele and Ndombele. So all good so far. Right wing back would be, yes, absolutely, Darren. 100%. I totally agree with you. Yeah, a right wing back would be great. Absolutely. And you're right, these two players can come through the door and work and will be hopefully work rates. And motivate some of these other players as well. So yeah. So who else gone through the door? So guys, keep your comments coming, guys. Smash the like, guys. Let's get from Hotspur TV over 1,000 subscribers, guys. We are 267 away. So let's get Premier Hotspur over that one, guys, to 1K. So we know who's coming out with Tungi and Ndombele. He's going out the door. He's He's agreed to go back to Lyon till the end of the season. Looks like we are picking up all Tungi's wages. It looks like we are. And this one, Dele Alli, it's looking close. We are in talks with Everton, barring any hitches or anything like that. It looks like Dele Alli is going to Everton, and it looks like it's a £40 million deal. I don't know how the deal is going to be structured, but I do know that £40 million is on the table. So, yeah, we'll get that as well, guys. So listen to this. So Spurs have just announced, guys, that Gio Lo Celso is going to Villarreal on loan to the rest of the season. So that's just broke there, guys. As Tottenham have agreed a deal with Villarreal, Lo Celso to go out on loan for the rest of the season. So that's Gio, guys. Just been announced that he's gone on loan to Villarreal. So let us know in the comments what you think about that one. And let in the comments think about Brian Hill. He's gone to Valencia to the rest of the season. Is this a good deal for him? Would you like to see Brian still in the Premier League, or are you playing for? Are you trying to toughen him up? So let me know about Brian Hill, guys. So they're the players that have gone out. It's Dele Alli, the one we're still waiting for. Is that deal going to get over the line, guys? Just let us know here, guys. So. Got Paul saying, if you could choose one more player to come in, who would it be? Any position? Me, Paul. Oh, if it's going to be a right wing back, I wouldn't mind Lamptey. A central midfielder, another midfielder, I wouldn't mind Bazuma from Brighton. He's only got 18 months left on his contract. I think there's a deal there to be done for Bazuma. And striker, I'll go with Morata. I'll go and get Morata on loan to the rest of the season. I think he can do a job at Tottenham. I think he'll be a great sign of me. And what does the rest of the guys think in the comments? What Paul's saying there? Who will that one player be? If you want one more through the door, who is it going to be, guys? Who is it going to be? We've got Darren saying, has Lo Celso gone? May have missed it. Heard he's bad egg too. Yes, he has gone now. It's just been broke on Sky Sports News. Villarreal have signed Lo Celso on loan to the rest of the season. So it's another bad egg gone, guys, me personally. And Paul saying Tungi end on Big Belly is gone. Well, yeah, absolutely, Paul. He's gone to Lyon till the end of the season. But we're picking up his wage, I think. That's what. So, yeah. So, I think I'm seeing now Kulusevski arriving at Tottenham today. Sign his deal. So, Hyper says, so now these players don't need to be developed, Simon. Dele don't need to be developed, Hyper. I didn't say that Dele need to be developed. As always said, I've always backed Dele. Dele Alli don't come a bad player overnight. He's just lost his way in football. He's lost his way in himself. He's let himself go a bit. Social media's taken over his life. TikTok and things like that's taken over his life. Gaming taken over his life. He doesn't enjoy football. He needs to go somewhere, start fresh, and go back to the Dele Alli we know. You know what I mean? And I hope it does at Everton. I am gunning for him. You know what I mean? To do well at Everton. Brian says, what time does the window close? It's 11 p.m, guys. It's 11 p.m. An English window closes at 11 p.m. tonight. Me and Matt will be here till 11 p.m, guys, and over. Taking your calls. If you want to come in and have your chat, the link is in there, guys. Come and have a talk with us for a couple of minutes. Come have your say. John Spurs Thompson says, we have a big signing coming, I think. Well, let's hope. Let's hope you're right. John, let's hope you're right, matey. So, guys, smash the like, guys, if you're in here. Subscribe if you already haven't, guys. Let everyone know, guys. We are 260 odd away for 1K subs. So I'll be absolutely over the moon if we can get a few more subs tonight, guys. Wayne says, gutted Brian Hill went on loan. He should been loaned to an English club. Absolutely, Wayne. That's what we've been saying, that we'd love to see him loaned to an English club, get that physicality kicked into him. He's not going to learn nothing over in Spain, I don't think. It's not really a physical league over in Spain, is it? But he needs game time. So, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with that one, Wayne. Paul says, I agree. Bazuma, I will have. Yeah, absolutely. I think he'll be a good one. Me. Darren says, Hill loan for 6 months is okay. Gets him playing footy. Hope Bergwijn stays. If Bergwijn, that's another one. If Bergwijn could go yet to Ajax, I don't think it's too late in the window at the minute. But you never know. Deals could be done over at back of Stein's guys. So let's hope something's boiling up. Mark, thanks for coming on, pal. I can feel the calm before the storm. I believe we're going to have a huge late signing. Well, let's hope, Mark. Let's hope so, my friend. Thanks for coming in, mate. First time in the chat. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks, pal. And who else? We've got Paul as well. Surely we have one more coming in. 5 players out now with Lascelles. So, Paul, I can totally get where you're trying to get at, mate. 5 players going out. But I think that was the most. I think that was the biggest thing of Spurs for this window, to get these bad eggs out of this club and get 1 or 2, maybe 3 over the line. Fab said 3. He said expect Spurs to get 3 over the line. So we've got 2, and maybe there could be another one. So yeah. So breaking as well, guys. Knight confirmed they have suspended relationship with Manchester United Mason Greenwood. Absolutely, 100% spot on. And Wayne says, Bazuma, I'm not sure about, does he have a sexual assault? Absolutely, yes. That's what I'm saying, Wayne. Do we want someone like that at the club? It doesn't do the club any good. Me personally, nah, I don't agree with that. Darren says, Uber Eats will miss Don Bailey. Absolutely. Facts and stats. I like Hill to have stayed in England, as he needs to adapt to the league and bulk up and get scratch with the physicality of the English football. If he's part of our future plans. Absolutely, matey. I totally agree with that. Hyper says, I mean, suddenly the fans don't care about Ndombele, the Celso or Delhi. I thought it was a manager's job to get the best out of these players. These players have gone. Seriously, they're over the hill, mate, to be fixed. These are the players that need gone, mate, and that's what I'm saying. Hyper. So we've got Lily White Lane. Yes, Robbie. Thanks for coming in, pal. Evening, Simon. An unpopular opinion, but think people news anything to have a pop at Enoch. Granted, I want them out, but we've completed 2 quality deals, and you can't have a go for. Yeah, absolutely, Robbie. Traore, I think that was leaning towards a Barca bid anyway. Me personally, we should have done it early in the window. I totally agree, but it doesn't matter with the Diaz deal. We've come in at the 1st of January, right? And Robbie, at the 1st of January, right, or at the end of the week, Liverpool will have come in from anyhow. That was their biggest transfer target in the summer. Number 1 transfer target. They weren't going to let him go to Tottenham. So as soon as Tottenham bid, they were in for him, and that was game over. So you can't blame Daniel Levy and Enoch for them. And Robbie says, of course, Traore would chose Barca over us. He has a connection with them, and I think with the Diaz deal, the player wanted Liverpool. Nothing, absolutely, Robin. That's what I'm trying to say to everyone. Nothing we can really do with that. But thanks for coming in, Robbie. Absolutely appreciate it, matey. Hyper, your man Mourinho couldn't get the best out of any of them. Absolutely, Paul. I forgot about that. Yeah. Mourinho couldn't get the best out of him. Do you know what I mean? I totally forgot about that, Paul. And can I hop on a little later, bud? For not a problem, mate. Lily White Lane. The link's in the chat. I'll put the link back out now, actually, in the chat. So for anyone who's missed it, that the chat is going to get into the chat again. So that's the chat, guys. You'll see it in there if you want it. At the bottom there. John says Spurs' big mistake was letting Gazzaniga go. Wow. Do you think so, John? I think we can find someone a bit better than Gazzaniga. Me personally. Wayne says, has Scarlett gone out on loan, or is he still? He's still at the club. He's still at the club, my friend. So just trying to get rid of these other things here, guys. And Hyper says, I thought Tottenham fans were raging and very angry to even talk Tottenham could sell these players. NWA, Lascelles, Dele Alli, because they were world class. So no, I haven't called them world class. So you can't put me in that bracket. I didn't call none of them world class. And Lily White saying, brilliant stream, Simon. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. And the Scanat Paul says, and Conte is even worse than man couldn't even try to do it. He could. I think Conte's better, me personally. Me. So, guys, the link is in the chat. It's there, guys. So the link is in the chat. If you want to come have your say, guys, come have your say, guys. And Matt will be on shortly. So Matt will be coming on with us very shortly. I'm trying to. So Matt will be on very shortly, guys. Absolutely. I'm just gonna have some pot noodle now, guys. Some fuel, guys. So, guys, smash the like. I need to go right down here. Just so we've got some comments here, guys. Got some comments here. Facts and stats: 100 to £200,000 a week wages isn't even enough to get the best out of these players. Nothing is. Make them work in the real world on our pay packets to see. Yeah, absolutely. Facts and stats. Totally agree with that, my friend. Totally agree. Darren says, seems biggest threat to top four is now United. If Arsenal don't do any business, they will end up 8th. Laugh out loud. So Brighton, guys, has signed Dennis Undav. So that's Brighton's new signing, guys. Breaking on track thing there. Yeah, I totally agree there, Darren. Simon says, does the sign of Bentancur cement to the defensive midfielder system now? We have Skip, who's progressed in defensive midfield, and Højbjerg, who is a specialist DM. This deal doesn't make sense to me otherwise. It could be, Si. Yeah, it could be. You could be right there. He does play in that position. Apparently, I haven't seen much of this player, but he's an upgrade apparently to Winks, to Dele Alli's, to the Celsos and things like that. So let's see. Let's see on this one, my friend. Hi, Simon at Premier Hotspur TV. Come on, you Spurs. Yes, Ed Watson. Thank you for coming on, mate. Thank you very much for showing your support. We are here, guys, from 6 p.m. till 11 p.m., guys. We're right up to the deadline, guys. Me and Matt will be here shortly, guys. We're going to go all the way, guys. Bring you every single deal, not just Tottenham. Any deal breaks, we're going to bring it to you as well, guys. So Edwarson, thanks for coming in, mate. Absolutely appreciated. Paul says waste of money, 100 mil on NW and Lascelles. So really hope we recoup some of that, then spend big, but wisely in the summer. Absolutely, Paul. I think what's happening, mate. I think the biggest rebuild will come in the summer. 100%. I don't think it's January. January's too hard. It is. I don't care what anyone says. Some of these players we're after, some of the teams don't want to sell them. Some of these players just want to finish there at the end of the season. So I think we are looking at a big summer. So Paul, thanks for coming in as well, matey. What's with the music playing in the background? Yeah, I just while I'm on my own, I just have a bit of music playing in the background. So until Matt comes on. So that's a new thing. What StreamYard you could do? You can just have a bit of music playing in the background. Paul, does it sound all right, Paul, or is it getting your nerves? I'll just turn it off. What Conte wins something at European level, then we can talk. Hyper, come on, mate. I ain't saying Josie's a bad manager. I think Josie's a Finnish manager. I think, mate, that's what it is. Me personally. Yes, Darth Cloud. Thanks for coming in, pal. Another CM sounded like a great idea to me. Needed someone to link the passes up to Kane. Absolutely. We do need a creative midfielder. Maybe there's something in the pipeline. Maybe there is something happening. Dareth, I swear Hyper was a Spurs fan. Oh, mate, seriously, don't even go there, Dareth, mate. He just follows Jose Mourinho around. So, yeah. So, Dareth, thanks for coming in, my friend. What's Man City doing? You got Alvarez through the door. I think that's an absolute superb signing. Going back to his parent club till the end of the season. But that is a cracking deal. And Brentford getting Christian Eriksen today, guys. Christian Eriksen until the end of the season. I think that will be a really good deal if it does turn out to be. Darth Cloud 92. He could start over Pierre Bentancur. Or they could go Højbjerg, Bentancur, and the defensive midfield and skip in front. It could be. All kinds of setups. So it'd be interesting to see how Conte's going to work. But I'm glad some of these overpaid $3 million are out the door. Sorry, guys. I'm so glad at them. 1894. Yes, Hugh and your boys. How's it going, my friend? Thoughts on Dele Alli? Need to make some content for City Spurs in a few weeks. 100%, Hugh. Get in contact with me, and not a problem, matey. We will do that. 100%. Thoughts on Dele Alli? I think Dele Alli, mate. To me, I always bang the drum trying to back him. You know it. If anyone watches my streams with Matt, we try to back Dele Alli. We thought he was going to come good under Mourinho. He did for the first few games. Then he went off the boil. He kicked on a tiny bit under Conte, but I'm not seeing the old Dele Alli. So I'm glad that he's going. He needed a fresh start. He needed to play in his position, someone to play to his advantage, to play to his strengths. And I think going to Everton and to Lampard, I think that'd be a great move. I really do. I think that'd be a great move for them. So, Hugh, thanks for coming in, pal. Stick around. I said, guys, the link is in the chat. Anyone wants to come on and have a little chat with us for a couple of minutes about anything, about any transfers at your club, any club, come and have a little word with me and Matt. I don't mind the music. It's like I've sat in a relaxing. Yeah, nice one, Si. Thank you very much, pal. I thought it's just a bit been going on. Until Matt gets in and he is due in. Hyper says Dareth Mourinho fan. Yeah, I knew that. Cole Simpson, yes, pal. Thanks for coming in, my friends. Evening, Simon. Great, we've got the Deadwood out. Yes, absolutely. That was the biggest thing of this window. We're all crying out for, let's get rid of him, let's get rid of him, let's get rid of him. And we've done it, guys. Looks like Dele Alli's going to be the fourth one out the door. Yeah. We wanted Tungi out, we've got it. We wanted the Celso out, we've got it. We wanted Dele out, that's getting close. That's going to go to the wire, guys. That's going to go to the wire. But 14 million quid would be an absolute deal for Tottenham. I can't believe it's that high. Seriously, Everton must be desperate. But Dele Alli, if you get in the right set with Dele Alli, he is a good player. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on and does good things. So, also, it's hyper. Nobody really cares, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He got him so hyper. But we are talking transfer, not manager. Absolutely, pal. Yeah, totally right. Devon, thanks for coming in. Conte heading to Barcelona. Not a chance. But thanks for coming in. I would like to see Skippy push further up the pitch and allow to attack more than defensive responsibilities going to Højbjerg and Bentancur. Yeah, I'll like to say. I think it's going to be interesting how he's going to set up this. Oh dear. Dar says Dele got some starts and games to prove himself this season, but didn't cut it under either manager. Yeah, I think sometimes to give a tiny bit of credit to him, Dars, that he was played out of positions a couple of times and a bit of a deeper role. If you can play to his strengths, I think someone could get a good one. But he needs to do it for himself. He needs to go away, do it for himself, get back playing football, right? He needs to wake himself up and say, listen, let's get back to the old Dele Alli. If he does that, fair play to him. You know what I mean? I haven't got a bad thing to say about Dele Alli. I mean, it's just, I think he needs to grow up a bit. I think that's what it is. He has not matured enough, is he? He's still a kid. I prefer listening to the music rather than listen to Matt. Oh, I'm going to save that. I'm going to pin that one. Oh, you wait till he comes in. And reports emerging that the evening that the toilet bowl even hot spots. Right. Okay, pal. Not a problem. He's obviously not a Spurs fan. Not a problem, matey. Even Simon, please. We got the Deadwoods out and we got the two players in. I'm a little worried if we get injuries though. Hopefully we can get a couple more in. I don't think we're going to get a couple more in, Cole. Never say never. Deals can be done just like that. Yeah, I mean, but never say never. And Cole saying, Hyper, haven't you got your own team to go and support? I am sure Mourinho will appreciate it. Paul says, are you just writing the same stuff over and over? Paul says Dele has lost his way. You can lose talent. You can lose talent overnight. He's lost his way, Paul. I totally agree with you, mate. He has lost his way. Sad trolls should be supporting their own club's channels and watching what transfer they might get instead of hanging around our channel like a bad smell. Yeah, you would tell them facts and stats. Rest in Paul. That's what he means there. What do you mean there, Das? So guys, I said so far, guys, if you're just coming into the chat, smash the like, subscribe if you already haven't. It is transfer deadline day. Me and Matt will be in a minute. We are going from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m, guys. So come and support us, guys. Keep us going. come and have your say. The link is in the chat. Come and have your say, guys. Come and have a talk with us. Yeah, and so the deal so far, guys, in through the door, we have got, let me just get them up. We have got Dejan Kudoveski through the door, 18-month loan deal on obligation to buy. We've got his teammate, Rodrigo Bentancur. Let's see these guys. And out the door goes Anton Bailey, going to Lyon for the rest of the season. I think we're catching most of his wages still, though, guys. Dele Alli is it's a close deal, £40 million to Everton. So we hope to keep anything can be hitched there. I mean, let's hope there's no hitches. Let's hope the deal can be done. Brian Hill going out to Valencia, guys. We already know that, guys. Brian Hill to Valencia to the end of the season. And the latest one, guys, is Gio Lo Celso going to Villarreal to the end of the season as well. So that's near on 4 players out and 2 in. So let's get back to the comment section. Where are we? Cole says, Facts and Stats, the best picture on the stream. Yep, absolutely. Paul says, Dar says Paul Gregory wants Matt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Das. Dan saying, in your opinion, is there any more you feel need to go this window? Any more? I would like to see Docky come. Me personally, I'd like to see Docky out the window, but that's not happening for a reason. Sorry, guys, I need some fuel. I'm starving. I'll wait till Matt can take over for a while, and then I can get sad of it. I'm absolutely starving there. Yeah, Matt Doherty. I'd love to think, but let's get someone on. Let's get a guest on. Let's get Robbie from Lily White Lane. He's gearing up in the background there. Let's add him to the stream. Lily White Lane, thanks for coming in, pal. What I'll do, let me turn off my absolutely fantastic background music for you. It's off.
Brilliant background music. Loving it. Loving the background music.
Lily White Lane, thanks for coming in, Robbie.
No worries. Pleasure coming on.
Deals for the door. It's DJ Kudoveski. Tell us more about him. I've watched him a lot. He's a very good player. What's he going to bring to Tottenham, Robbie?
Look, I'm well chuffed with both those deals. I think the Bentancur and the Kulusevski deals, and I am well pleased with that. I think Kulusevski, now I can't judge it too much because I haven't watched him live too much, Juventus, and I don't think YouTube highlights tell you much about how good a player is. But in the times I have seen Juventus play with him in the first team, he has looked really, really promising. He brings pace, he knows where the back of the onion bag is. He knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. He's a good finisher. He can really charge at defenders, as to say. And although he doesn't have the physique that someone like a Traore does, I think he's a very similar player to him. And I think, obviously his preferred position is a right winger. He's left-footed. He can cut inside and have a shot. But I think right wing back, he could eventually get into that position. I think he could work in that position. But I see us now, and it's like, I think it's very good we got these 2 deals over the line, because what it gives us is a little bit more squad depth, which us fans have been crying out for ages. I've been saying myself, you look at the likes of Chelsea, you look at their bench, you look at who they can bring on and whatever. I think you've got to look at these 2 deals and see the options we have up front now. Kane, and this is considering that they're all fit. Kane, Son, Mora, Bergwijn and Kulusevski. All of them can rotate. You're less likely to get injuries. Then if someone does get injured like a Son, it's okay. You've got quality players who can come into the team. And I think, it's a really good deal. Well chuffed with it.
Absolutely. And to me personally, Robbie, I see this window and used it as... so, guys, before we've been breaking news that Everton have signed Donny van der Beek on loan. What a signing that is to the end of the season. To add Donny, to add maybe a Dele Alli to that. It could be good. Yeah. So to me, Robbie, this window, I always thought that we was going to use it for 1 or 2 coming in, but we was going to use it for the deadwood going out. And I am so pleased because with these fans at the minute, I've seen these fans are not happy with, we haven't got too many
No,
players
spot
coming
on.
through the door, right? And I'm saying, well, you can't have best of both worlds. You want these deadwood out the
I
door,
agree.
but you want other. It doesn't work like that. We wanted the deadwood out. We wanted the
Spot on.
Tungies out. He's gone. Wanted the Celso out. He's gone. Dele Alli looks like he's going to Everton for £40 million. £40 million. This is a
Brilliant.
cracking deal for Spurs. An absolutely cracking deal. And it looks like Brian Hill as well. He's gone as well to that was a surprise to me personally. I would have stuck my guns and said, right, no, you're going to the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree.
And to me, but the players going out, Robbie, tell me, mate, how happy are you for these players going out the door?
Look, I'm well chuffed, and I think you make a good point there, and I'm so glad you said it because it's been, my thinking over the last few weeks, and I've seen it, and I commented it a while ago in the stream. I've seen these Spurs fans. Now, I myself, I'm going to clarify it immediately. I'm Enoch out. I don't think they're good enough. I think it's more 21 years instead of one decent enough window, and I just don't think they're the owners to take this club forward. But I think you look at some people, if we put in some of the best players in the world, they'd still be asking for more. It's like we've brought in 2 quality signings. Now, I know we need more signings, but you've got to consider that it is the January transfer window. You've got to consider that our big business is going to be done in the summer. And obviously, that's no real excuse because you look at some other teams doing big business in January. But I think we need a couple of signings. We got those signings we strengthened in the summer. And I think you look at our first 11 now, and it's not as weak as some people, go on about it as. And I'm not having to go at any individuals here, but I'm saying as a collective, certain people in our fan base, and I said it earlier, will have a go at Enoch for absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. It's like, for example, Doherty's gone out partying or whatever. This is just an example. Doherty's gone out partying. Well, that's Enoch's fault, isn't it? Enoch are to blame for that. It's like, I don't want these guys as the owners, and I can't stress enough, I don't think they're good enough. I don't think they invest enough. But we've done good business. The Traore deal, I think you've got to look at that and see, okay, he was always going to go to Barcelona. They favoured him. He was hanging on. Wolves wanted the move. Tottenham wanted the move. He wanted Barcelona. It's very hard when the player doesn't want to join the club. And I think that deal, Luis Diaz, like you said, prime target for Liverpool. Of course they were going to get him. And we have brought in 2 quality players who can strengthen. And I think with a business, I don't like to call them dead wood because I think they're more quality than certain other players that we've sold before. The likes of Doherty, the likes of Winks in the past or whatever. But I think you've got to look at these 2 outgoings, and I think they're very, very good deals. I think from Ndombele on loan, best of both worlds. He plays really well. They want to play, and there's no doubt in my mind that he'll play well at Lyon. He gets a good few games. They pay 65 million. That's 65 million for us, or they let him come back to Spurs because it's too much. We've now got a new refreshed Ndombele. Good loan deal. I'm chuffed with it, especially with the way, he's responded to Spurs at the minute. Dele Alli, it's gutted. And as well, thank you so much for the memories because I think I've had some of my best Spurs time supporting this guy. The goals at the bridge and past memories. But it was time to go. It was time to go. And I just think in the last few years he's been a real letdown. But like you say, the outgoings for me have made the window. They're absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely, Robbie. I totally agree with you, mate. I think when Conte and Paratici said, right, there are going to be major people going out this football club, and they kept their promise and they've delivered it. You know what I mean? So big up to the guys, big up to Daniel Levy as well to get these ones out the door. You know what I mean? Let's be happy. These players we wanted out the door, they've gone now. The bad eggs, the bad apples, what you want to call them, have gone out this dressing room. Now we've got 2 players who come in who Conte knows, who Paratici knows very well, who can come in and they can be the difference. You know what I mean? Maybe that's not what everyone wanted, but what do you want? We can't have your best both of worlds in this window. It's a real hard window. I don't care what anyone says.
No, exactly.
At this time of year, the players you want, either the player wants to stay to the end of the season, or the teams are not letting these players go. You know what I mean? Or if they are, it's going to be silly money. You could probably wait till the summer and get him for about 20 million cheaper. So to me, and the Diaz deal you said there, how the hell can anyone blame Daniel Levy for Diaz not coming to Tottenham? The guy wanted Liverpool in the first place. That was number 1 Liverpool target for the summer. Right? Porto has said to Liverpool, Tottenham are really close to agreeing a deal. You got to act now or you're losing him. And they acted quickly. And obviously Diaz is going to go to Liverpool. without a shadow of doubt. The same with
Yeah.
Traore. Okay, with Traore, we could have acted a bit more quicker. I think we would have. But do you know what? I'm not really gutted with a Traore, me
No,
personally.
neither am I.
Because first of all, I think he didn't want to play right wing back. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Oh, the guy didn't want to play that position. He's gone back to Barcelona. That was his connections. And there you go. Good luck to both of them. You know what I mean? I've got nothing to say about. But it's getting the players out, Robbie. That's what I'm pleased off. That's the one I'm pleased off. It's a bonus now. If Spurs get a bonus one now, and I wouldn't put it past Daniel Levy and Paratici are absolutely boiling behind the scenes. I think it's going to hinge on now, Robbie, Dele Alli going. If we can get Dele out the door at £40 million, there's money to spend there. I think there could be one more in there. I wouldn't surprise me with someone like a Morata coming in. I would love to take Morata to the end of the season. I think that would be a great window for Tottenham. I mean, we can't get every position in this window. People need.
Yeah, I agree. It's like people are going. People are treating it like it is the summer window, and they're going. And this is what frustrates me. People are going, look at Aston Villa, look at Newcastle, and you've got to look at those two teams. Aston Villa, they've signed two good players. They haven't spent buckets of cash. And they've done well with their signings. Newcastle, obviously, billionaire owners, they've gone out there and signed quality players. There's no excuse for that. But you look at all the other top teams, and you've got to look, who have they bought in? Who have Chelsea bought in this window? Who have the likes of Arsenal even bought in? And I think you've got to look at us. And finally,
Robbie,
done some
wait there, matey. We've got his comment here. Delhi has already gone, son. Romano's gate. Here we go. I'm not seeing that. I know it's close. But I didn't know it was a here we go. Right. If it's a here we go, that is absolutely fantastic. Go on, Robbie. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, look, like you say, here we go for Rally. I think that's fantastic. I think that's absolutely fantastic. But as I was saying, with Spurs, you've got to look at other teams who haven't, bought in all the top players or whatever. And I think you've got to look at us. We've bought in two top signings. I understand it's it's the January window. It is a tough place for business. As much people go, well, it wasn't tough for Newcastle. It wasn't tough for Villa. That's what I've seen recently. And it's like, you've got to consider the different circumstances at teams. You've got to consider us as a club. And I think as a business right now, if you're a player looking to come to Tottenham Hotspur, you could be very tired. You could look at it from two perspectives. You could look at it as, Antonio Conte, great facilities, great stadium, or you could look at it as players who aren't good enough there. And I think we've seen that, the different perspectives from different players on the club in the window. And I think it is a hard time to do business, but we've gone out there, we've signed two top players. Arsenal haven't. Who have Arsenal signed in the January window? We're in a top four race with them and Manchester United. Understandably, Man United don't need it as much, but, rightly so, the situation with Mason Greenwood, I'm not going to go into that, but rightly so, he shouldn't be playing. But in football terms, even that, and you've got to look at Greenwood and the situation there, and him going obviously, and the situation with Greenwood right now. It was disgusting to hear what came out and whatever, but you've got to look at it from football terms. That's a massive miss for United, and I understand the circumstances and completely agree with them. But that's a big player with so much potential not going for United. Arsenal not signing anyone in the window yet. We went out there, we've brought in some squad depth. And these could be the two signings that do decide whether we play Champions League or Europa League football next season.
Yeah, absolutely. As said, Robbie, I'm so glad about this window. I'm a happy chappy. One more deal. One more deal, that'd be bonus to me. I'm glad. Even if you don't sign anymore, I'll go out to the end of the window. So listen, what people's got to understand as well, Newcastle, they had to strengthen. They had to. They're on the verge of relegation, so they have to act. They have to. That's what people can understand. Tottenham are not in that sort of position where we have to act. Get the players out was more important than getting players in. Me on that side.
Yeah, I agree.
But Aston Villa, you have another club. You know what I mean? Coutinho, okay. What are you coming and made a massive difference to Tottenham with the players we got?
Something I'll say this very quickly, Tom, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but otherwise I'll forget it. It's a situation with Coutinho that frustrates me. As soon as he goes to Villa, everyone goes, why didn't we sign Coutinho? Why didn't we bring him in? Yet if we signed him, I can almost guarantee half the people on Twitter, on Instagram or whatever, would be going, why have we signed this guy? He's not good enough. He's a Bayern and Barcelona reject. It's like, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, with Luca Dean as well, I mean, is he better than Reg? No. I reckon Reguilon's better than him, me personally. I mean, so two players that, come on, maybe not even got into the Tottenham squad. People say, oh, Coutinho walked into that squad. What a fully team. When we get to our first 11 out, when everyone's fully fit, I think Coutinho struggles to get into that team. I really do. We ain't got no creativity, but now we've added a Kurufesky. I mean, could he play that sort of role? I think that's a great sign of me personally.
Yeah.
So I'll go through a couple of comments here, Robbie. There's a few here flying about.
Yeah, of
course. Paul says, my biggest disappointment is that we aren't spending money in the transfer window. It's the fact that we are wasting money, i.e. Hill and Dombly Lacelso. Who the hell is scouting these players that need shooting, not sacking? We need our transfer committee looking at hitching out. Paul, I totally agree. I've been saying for a long time, it's not not giving us money. It's been spent in very, very bad conditions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On players like this, and who is scouting these sort of players? They've all gone. Okay. That was probably I've been working all day. I haven't caught up with no transfer. I just walked through the door about an hour ago, so I'm literally just getting used to who's gone and who's gone where. And Minnie says the fee could rise to 40 million, all based on Dele's performance. We'll get 12 million after he makes 20 appearances. Matt's going live, everyone. So Facts and Stats says he has gone as a free agent. His contract was paid off, and with bonuses, Spurs could get between 35 to 40 million for him. One of them being 20 matches. Spurs get 10 million. Wow, is that true, Robbie?
Yeah, I heard something about that. I saw Fabrizio Romano tweet and whatever. It's the bonuses and the situation. And I believe it's every 20 games, it's 10 million or whatever until we reach the fee. And it's all based on goals and assists and performances. But, from what I've heard, the stats are quite low for it. They're expecting at least 3 or 4 goals or something and about 4 or 5 assists. And with Dele Alli, I think he's one of those players who could excel at Everton. And it's frustrating about that. But like I say, it's a brilliant deal. For the money we're getting for a player who's played twice this season, I'd happily take it. Take it.
Absolutely, Robbie. I totally agree with you. Seriously, I think that's fantastic for us. Whoever don't think this is Paul Greggy. By the way, I'm on my son's iPad because my phone died. I made him subscribe as well, mate. Oh, Paul. Thanks for that, pal. Not a problem, but thanks for another subscribe. So absolutely fantastic. So all that, Robbie. What was it? Is this one here, Robbie? Is 2 players enough for us to get top 4? This is what I want to know.
Look, it's going to be interesting, but I think you've got to admit, as a Spurs fan, we came into this season. And I think barely any of us were expecting top 4 with the circumstances and the situation and whatever. Before the season started, before that first ball was kicked at Manchester United, before that first ball was kicked at the lane against Man City, I think most of us would have been happy with Europa League football. Yet Conte's come in, he's completely changed the mentality of the squad and the fans, and now we expect top 4. And I think a 5th or 6th place finish would be frustrating for us. But I think that shows how Conte's brought back that passion and that love and that belief for the football team. I think we've got 2 great players in the window, but I don't think it was the players as such. I think it was more confidence for the team, that confidence boost of signing players, getting the deadwood out. Now we've got 2 players, from what I've heard from all the sources and whatever, Tonkin Ndombele and Dele Alli, who had bad attitude, who were bringing the dressing room down a little bit, who were questioning Conte. Now we've got none of that. We've got none of that left in the dressing room. Pure positivity at the minute. I think we've got 2 players who have come from Juventus, who I reckon have loads of potential, are still young. And I think the fact we got Bentancur, I haven't really commented on him, for 19 million, I believe it was. I think that's brilliant. I think you've got to look at a player like him. He's so good at holding up that midfield. He can create as well. You know, off the ball, he's one of the best in the world. Now, I've got a mate at school, one of my good mates, who's a Juventus fan from Italy and whatever. And he told me this guy, you know, one of Juventus fans' main criticisms of them, and one of the main criticisms of Allegri was that he'd fallen out with this player and he wasn't playing him enough. He wasn't playing him enough because, from what I've heard, he's really quality. He holds up the ball well, you know, really strong defensive midfielder, can also create, play through good passes. I think him and Ollie Skip in that midfield could be quality. And I think as well, you've got to look at the team, right? And this is just a predicted team, a fully fit team. Lloris in goal, Dyer, Romero, Sanchez, Reguilon, Royale, Skip or Højbjerg, you can rotate him, and Bentancur, Kane, Son, and Kulusevski or Mora. In all honesty, that doesn't sound too bad to me. And I think you compare it to Arsenal. They haven't been efficient with business. They haven't put in a striker which they needed to. You know, their clown of a striker at the minute, Aubameyang's driven all the way to Barcelona just to get turned down. He's driven to Barcelona and now he's got to drive back. It's brilliant. But it's like,
what a clown. What a fucking clown, Rob.
No, they've signed no one. They're stuck with Eddie Nketiah and Lacazette. And I think you compare those two squads, I think ours looks stronger than theirs does. United are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get with United. 1 minute they can be banging in goals left, right and centre and all this Rangnick or Ollie's at the wheel, and the next minute their fans are going mental. The club confuses me. United just really confuse me, and their fans, it's like they're the most back and forth fans. And our fans can be like it, and Arsenal's and any fans, but they do it all the time. They pick up a win. United are in the right direction. United are going well. One loss or one draw to Aston Villa. Bang your cow, ding you out, get these people out. It's like, you know, you never know with United. And I think you look at our squad, and I don't think it sounds too bad on paper, in all honesty.
Absolutely, then. Let's bring in someone who doesn't look too bad, honestly. Is this man? Yes, Matty. How's it going, my friend?
Evening, Matt.
Yeah, evening, mate. You right?
Yeah, all good.
Sorry, Simon. It's been a bit hectic with work. PT,
not a problem, Matt.
Not
a problem. Work comes first, Matt. I mean, and we've just been going through. Me and Ross been having a little bit of a talk here about is these Matt. Just quickly, Matt. 2 players enough to get us this top 4?
Yeah, I think so, mate. I'm seeing a lot of just negativity on Twitter again, and Spurs fans just moaning like typical. I just think, what have other, I look at all the other teams who are in our position or near us. West Ham are probably having their best season ever. What have they done? What have Man United done? What have Arsenal done? What have the only teams that have signed are either Newcastle or Villa. You look at Everton. I think we've sold the dead wood as well. I think it was about getting rid of players as well as not just bringing in players. I think this is part of the rebuild. I think I just think be positive. I think we've lit near enough. Apart from a backup striker, we've got 2 in every position now. Which for me, that's what Conte has said. He said you need 2 in every position. Where you got Galini and Hugo, or someone else in Hugo. You've got Romero, Dyer, and you've got Sanchez and Davies, and then you've also got
Tanganga and all.
Tanganga. You've got Emerson Royale. You've got Doherty because he looks like he's staying. You've got Reguilon and Sessegnon. That's another 2 position. That's left wing back. And now you've got more options in midfield. You've got Bentancur who will, give Pierre the rest if he needs it, or vice versa. And if Skip needs a rest, then you bring other players in. I don't think it's as bad as everyone thinks. I think Lucas Moura, that's a backup player for him now. It's another right winger who actually also can play in the number 10 role. So if you played in the 3-5-2 with this Kulusevski, he could play in the central role. When he was at Parma, which was his best season before he went to Juve, he did an Eriksen type role where he started on the wing and drifted into those pockets of space and feed quality balls to our top players. So, yeah, I don't think it's been a bad window at all, Matt. I think, Ndombele's gone, Lo Celso's gone. Surely these 2 have got to offer something. Well, they've got to offer something more than Lo Celso and Ndombele have. So I think it's a positive. And I'm just getting a bit sick and tired of all the negativity towards it. You look at all the other teams, most in our sort of positions or near us, they haven't strengthened.
It's exactly what me and Simon have been saying,
Yeah.
and all spot on.
Yeah, absolutely. But can we just see one more sign? We're getting rid of all these deadwood, which is the biggest thing I think that's pleased me. Because I thought I was worried that these players are not going nowhere. I was worried at one time. I thought, oh, here we go. These players are not fucking. But we got rid of them at last. Do you think there's one more in there tonight? Do you reckon they're gonna pop something out of the fucking hat at the last second, or do you think, do you know what, they're gearing up for the summer?
I think we're gearing up for the summer. I think that's where I don't want to. I mean, maybe one player, maybe one could come in if there's a late chance. I think if an opportunity comes, then maybe. But I'm pretty happy with the business. I think we've got options all over the sort of squad now. Apart from, I would have liked a right wing back, but maybe there just aren't any out there. Well, there are, but I mean, ones that you can't. I think that'll be done in the summer, and I think there'll be talks with that sort of ongoing into the summer. I think you're giving him 2 players who he's wanted to have in the squad, and I'm pretty happy with it, mate. If it ended now, I'll take it because, as I say, I'd look at all the other teams like West Ham, who are in this top 4 race, and Man United, and even Arsenal. I mean, they're getting rejected left, right, and centre, aren't they? So I think we have strengthened, and I think we've got rid of the players that are bad eggs at the club, and I think that's much better for the squad overall.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, right? I saw some comments today on Twitter, and you know what? It really irritates me at the minute with Spurs fans. I mean, I get why people protest. I'm not against none of that. But when I hear people say, like, where are you Spurs fans? Why are you not here? And all this and things like this at protests. I think these people understand that not everyone wants to protest. Not everyone wants to do it. Not everyone can make these sort of things. Not everyone lives in London. You know what I mean? So to actually brand on every Spurs fan and not being a proper fan if you're not at a protest, which it really irritates me. It really does flipping irritate me because I mean we're nothing. We're no different to them. We want the best for Tottenham. You know what I mean? But we express it another way. I mean, I'm not really one that would like to say let's go out and protest all the time. You know what I mean? And maybe that's their cup of tea, and maybe there should be like shouting out for people why you're not here and all this. I think that's disrespectful to some Spurs fans who can't make things like who don't really like to go to protests and things like that. I mean, so I just think I find that annoying.
I think these sort of people as well who are constantly saying this need to realise different people's situations, different people's commitments, throughout the week and whatever days these protests are. And I think certain people are caught up with work, with school and whatever. It's like, especially on a Monday, which is a work day, which is a school day, which is a college day and whatever, when most people are doing stuff. It was on a Saturday or Sunday and whatever. But having a go at people and calling them not proper Spurs fans for not attending a protest on a Monday when they could be caught up with work. It's like, and I've seen people go take the day off work, take this off work, and it's like, there's no need for that. It's like, come on.
To me, at the end of the day, right? I think, okay, they can do whatever they want. That's their opinion, which is great. I mean, and I don't condone what they're doing. You know what I mean? Probably Daniel Levy may well. But do you really think Daniel Levy drives in all this money behind him? He ain't going to give a 2 fucking shits about these fucking flag banners and everything. Because to me, he's going nowhere. Absolutely. They've got to get used to it. These guys are not going nowhere. And I think over time, once they get full stadiums, full capacities, money coming in, I think we will then see in the next year or 2.
I think
we'll start spending big again. Me personally.
I think you're starting to see something we haven't, I suppose, or wanted the board to do, which is be ruthless and take cuts on players. You look at Dele Alli going out for 10 million or 12 million with, significant add-ons if he does well. That's a ruthlessness. Now, for me, is that Daniel Levy? Is it him taking a seat back? And it's Paratici going, we just need to get him out. Then Dombele's no good for this club. You're going to have to take a cut off him, or maybe we'll try and do a deal if he does well with Leon. And you look at the Dele Alli deal. I mean, I didn't see that one coming today, to be honest. But I think it shows the club are being ruthless, and I think I think this transfer window is a message to our whole squad. If you don't pull your weight and you're not going to play for the team and do the job, then we're just going to cut you off like we've just cut your other 4 mates off, or your other, we're not here to, muck around and be nice anymore and be friends. We've got to be ruthless, and it's business at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and, I've liked from what I've seen from the club.
I think you've got to look at ENIC as well, and there's definitely stuff they can improve on. And I don't think, over the last 21 years, they have done well enough as owners of Spurs. But I think you've got to look at them, and I think you've got to say, when it comes to incomings, there's definitely stuff we can work on. But when it comes to outgoings, I think Daniel Levy has nailed it down. I think he's spot on when it comes to getting players out the club. I think, getting players out the club has been one of the biggest strengths of Daniel Levy. That, he even did under the Pochettino years. He's doing now in this window again. I think he's such a tough negotiator when, when we want to keep a top player like a Harry Kane or whatever, or a player like that. He's such a tough negotiator. And, 9 times out of 10, we keep that player because he works really well. But when we actually want to sell a player at the same time, he does the same sort of stuff. He talks people into it. And this time, he's not so tough for the negotiator. And I think when it comes to outgoings, I think ENIC is spot on with that. There's definitely stuff they can improve on. There's definitely more investment and definitely more players they can bring into the team. But is that all them? I think you've got to look at the summer window. The money was there. We just didn't spend it properly. 21 million on Brian Hill. Now, I understand he can, improve down the line, but 21 million on Brian Hill, 50 million or something on a player who's gonna come back next season in Pape Matar. 30 million on Emerson Royal. Get excited because he's from Barcelona. I think the money was there. We invested something like 110, 120 million in the summer window, a tough summer window where when we weren't getting revenue and the club weren't from match day, tickets and whatever before the new season. And I think ENIC put in the money, but I think, like you said, Matt, a second ago, Paratici and the scouting network of this team, I think they need to go. I think Paratici's been a completely failed project. I think he's suited much more to Italian football, unless you can credit him for getting these 2 players. But I think ENIC have put in the money the last 2 transfer windows. We just haven't spent it properly, in my opinion.
Well, I suppose what we don't know is, was Emerson Royal first target, or was he? I think it's difficult with Paratici, because I do think he's done pretty well in terms of shipping all these players out. You look overall now, over 2 transfer windows, he shipped out 16 Deadwood players, which is massive props to him. I mean, that's not easy to do in, I suppose, 2 transfer windows. Romero looks like a good signing. I do like Bentancur and Kuleveski. He's going to make mistakes. I don't think any sporting director's completely spot on. But I think, he's worked with Conte, and I think obviously with Paratici here, that's probably one of the reasons why we got Conte. So as much as he's got his little faults in him, I think he's doing a pretty good job, to be honest. But his main job will be in the summer, and I'm sure we'll have our targets. And I think we go big in the summer. I really do.
All depends on Champions League football.
Yeah, it does depend on that.
Yeah.
But
Top 4 is pinnacle. It's pinnacle for us. It's
in terms of more money, I'd say, but I still think you could get some players in because they'd want to work under Conte.
We've got some comments here. John, the Everton fan. John, thanks for coming in, pal. I really hope we can get the Ali deal through. New start for us under Lampard. I think Ali can make a huge difference.
Yeah,
good deal for both clubs.
Well.
Thanks for coming in first, mate. Yeah, I think it is a good deal for both clubs, for all parties.
They got Donny Van de Beek, aren't they? So
yeah. Mr. Bonner thinks there is maybe one little surprise tonight. Fingers crossed. You never know. I'll take Morata. Seriously, I'll take Morata as a striker.
I think it will be a striker. I don't know why. I think there'll be one coming.
Richard Evans says, we'll end up weaker by tomorrow. Sums this lot up. Guys, what do you think about that comment? Weaker?
Really? I don't understand it. I don't understand how bringing in 2 players and boosting the confidence can make us weaker. Even if they don't turn out, it doesn't. I don't think it makes the team worse or whatever. I think
I think getting rid of crap players who are bad eggs in the dressing
Yeah,
room and don't do anything don't offer us anything. They don't offer us. They weren't even on the pitch or on the
It's
bench
like
the other week.
Dele Alli and Ndombele. Dele's had what two appearances, and the fact we could eventually get 40 million for him, I think that's brilliant. And with Ndombele, it's a win-win situation. He plays well. They want to pay the release clause, 65 million for a player who doesn't really want to play with us, or he plays well. He wants to come back to Spurs. They don't pay that money. He comes back a new player. I just think you've got to look at this transfer window as much more. You've got to look at it with a much more positive stance. I think you've got to look at the deals that we've done, considering it's January as well, and considering, like you said in that, it was a very good point, considering what the likes of Arsenal and Manchester United have done. I think you've got to look at it as a good window.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, you look at Chelsea as well. They're missing a left wing back and Chilwell. They haven't even addressed it. Surely out of all if we're in this race for the top 4, we've strengthened the most.
Yeah.
So how are we in a weaker position? We've got 2 in every position now. How's that weaker? Apart from a striker. If we get a striker in, it's a good window.
Yeah.
Very good.
These 2 youth players won't take us to the next level, 60k fans every week, and we don't have any ambitions. 60k every week.
I don't know that.
We're about 10,000 down every game, Richard. And that's what's coming out.
I mean, I said it earlier as well. I said it earlier on the stream, and you guys have said it as well. I think fans want to have a go at ENIC for absolutely everything. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think they've done a good enough job in their 21 years at Spurs and could have done a lot more. But I think, fans will just have a go at them for absolutely everything. Absolutely every chance they get to have a go at these guys they want, when they actually are, for once, investing the money into the club. Yet fans, constantly, and I can understand why you'd have a go at them. I can understand, 21 years of, not success, two Carabao Cups. That's completely understandable. Not backing Pochettino, whatever. But you can't have a go at them when they're actually doing well. It's like, what do you actually want? We signed 2 top players, and people going, right, now this. If we put in Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe in the summer, some Spurs fans, I honestly believe, would be going, that's not good enough. We need Messi. We need Ronaldo. It's like, I just think you've got to look at it, and you can't be so critical when they're actually doing a decent enough job at the minute.
Well, I've just seen a
tweet, Matt.
I've just seen something from Juventus that have they've just thanked Bentancur for all his contributions to the club. It says 181 appearances for Juventus. You started with us, always giving everything. Thank you, Rodri. Always giving everything, and I think he's a player who's going to work hard. He's actually
good.
I know you.
Matt, I just sent you, Matt. Just break you off there. I just sent you a tweet. It's from.
I saw this. I don't know if it's true though.
Van Sampetta, medical booked.
I've never heard of the geezer though.
Neither have I.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go through.
Says he's a freelance journalist and transfer market, formerly of Gazzetta, which is that Italian-like version of.
See, people are about Dumbale and all things like that. I don't want that player at this club. I think he's poison as well. Simon says, I understand the reasoning behind the protest, but what do they realistically want? ENIC aren't going to set up. Best chance for change is forming a fan group and having discussions with the club.
You have to say the protest didn't really sort of work because Levy just told the Sky correspondent to go inside. They were inside for the doing the transfer stuff. So they weren't outside where all the fans were. He just put him inside. He let him in.
That was very shrewd of Daniel Levy. He doesn't want none of that, what's going on that side of the training ground on Sky Sports. So he's keeping it away. So apparently BBC are down there at the minute. So what you say is boycott the club, don't go to matches, don't buy merchandise, and they will soon leave.
I don't think they will really, because it's all the other investment coming in from players leaving or whatever, and for sponsorships and whatever. I think you've got to deal with as frustrating as it can be, these guys, like you said earlier, Simon, aren't here to go anytime soon.
No.
Yeah.
I
For long term.
was speaking to my dad earlier about it all because he was just getting a bit annoyed about the whole sort of situation with everyone just keep moaning. And he was like, look, it's quite simple. If these people don't want the best for Spurs, or they're just going to moan at every signing that comes in, then don't support Tottenham. If it's a lot easier to not, then just, because it seems like anything they do, it's just going to get ridiculed. I think these are two very smart signings, and I think we've been burnt the last couple of years with just random, big names like Ndombele, like, Lo Celso and things like that. They all had that sort of thing. But these guys coming in are, experienced players who played European football, played in a good league under Juventus, and they've won stuff as well. So they're going to bring that winning mentality as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Richard comes up with this comment. What's this all about here? The players leaving are going to better clubs. It's a win-win for them.
Is he a Spurs fan?
Richard is apparently. Yeah, he comes
Can
all
I
the
have a
time.
quick say about the better clubs, right? So Everton have they brought in Rafa Benitez, who fell out with Digne, their best left back and defender at the club. Then they sell Digne for 25 million. Then they sack Rafa, bring in a new manager, and then bring in a sort of really bad, out of form Dele Alli. I mean, is that if our club did that, we got rid of our best left back and brought in some Ukrainian guy they brought in for 21 million who I've never heard of, that would get slaughtered. You have to look at Everton Football Club and say they're probably worse than us in terms of the money they've spent.
Yeah. Me personally, I can't see where it's.
I think they've spent something like what is it? I think it's over like 500 million in the last couple of years, Everton, because they've got these rich owners. But
they've spent some money.
You can have that money, mate. You don't have to spend it.
What's funny is they've got these rich owners, and fans can't stand them because they don't understand.
So Richard, are you saying that Villarreal are better than us? Valencia are better than us? Aston Villa, Everton are better than us? Lyon are better than us? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Me personally.
No, I agree.
Some say spot on fill up with buying luxury items for our new house and not buying what we need. Absolutely, Si. And Right Heart Lane. Hey guys, how's it going, pal? Thanks for coming in again. So anything else? And where was we on? Yeah, this is what I wanted to go, guys. What was this window all about? Then January the 1st opened, the window opened. What in your mind? What was it all about for Spurs? Was it players going out, players coming in, or was it a bit of both? Back in Conte. So what was this window all about for Spurs?
Look, for me, I think you've got to look at this window. It was mainly about outgoings. It was mainly about getting a couple of the players, getting the deadwood out, getting players who have a bad attitude and haven't been good enough at the club for the last couple of years, and bringing in a couple of players. And we've done exactly that. And I think, yes, we probably should have gotten a right wing back, but you can't have a go. And I said this earlier in the stream, the Diaz and Traore deals, you can't have a massive go at ENIC. And what I'm saying, ENIC, this and that about the Traore deals. I think you've got to look at Traore. He wanted Barcelona. He was in their academy. Of course, the player was going to go there. He didn't want to come to Spurs. Nothing we can do about that. Diaz, Liverpool or Spurs, right now you look at both teams. You look at, which one you'd prefer to play for as a player. Liverpool, obviously. And obviously they were Liverpool's main target. They put in a much bigger bid than us. And they got him. I don't think you can have a massive go at them for that. And we came into this window, and I said before this window, if we let go of a couple of players and sign a couple of players, I'll be happy. And those players letting go would be the likes of Giovanni Lo Celso, Dele Alli, and Tunky and Ndombele. And all three of them, by the looks of it, are going in this January transfer window. So for me, basing it off what we originally expected, it has been a very good transfer window. I think you've got to look at incomings and outgoings. 2 incomings. I believe it's like 4 outgoings, a couple loan moves. I'd happily take it. But look, I'm going to have to head off now, Simon and Matt. But it's been well good coming on. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Let everyone know where they can find you, my friend.
Yeah, so look, Lily White Lane on YouTube. If you could go over and check the channel out. Not until this stream's over, obviously. Keep supporting these guys. Simon, Matt, brilliant stuff on this channel. If you haven't already, subscribe and smash that like button on this channel and this video. But as I say, if you do want to come and check me out, it's Lily White Lane on YouTube. All sorts of Spurs content, transfer news, just all sorts on there. Just all sorts. Mainly transfer news at the minute, but match reviews and everything Spurs. So look, please do that, but keep supporting these guys. And look, it's been well good coming on, lads. Really enjoyed it.
Robbie, absolutely. So everyone, get over to Lily White Lane on YouTube and back this guy. Seriously, he's the same. It's the same with us. We are close. We are both close to 1K subscribers, guys. So make it happen, guys. Get over to Lily White Lane and Robbie. Absolutely fantastic guy. Fantastic channel. Robbie, thanks for coming on.
No worries.
Much appreciated, my friend.
No worries. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on, Rob.
See you later,
son. We got the side dancer. All right, lads. Thanks for coming in, pal. We got Right Heart Lane. Traore could have been signed before Barca put in interest. That's why we are annoyed, because that 4 million more that they wanted could have got him before. But the only thing with that, he did not want to play right wing back. Apparently, that was the other key why he went to Barcelona as well, pal. But thanks for your comment. Talk and ball, Colin. Is this Colin? I think it's Colin. Talk and ball.
Yeah, it's Colin. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Colin. Thanks for coming in, pal. If you're another one, mate, the link is in the description. If you want to come in, just back to hotel now. Protest finished. Well, I thought that was going on to 11 o'clock. I thought it was going all day, guys. So the link's in the chat, guys. If you want to come on and have your say about anything, transfers and what's going on at the minute at this club, come on and have your say. And Matt, this was Paul. This is Paul. He's on his son. He's on his son laptop. So he's got his son to subscribe to us as well. But earlier, Matt, I had a bit of background music, and Paul said, "Oh, I'm preferring this." He said, "It's better than listening to Matt." I said, "Oh, you wait till when Matt gets on now. Come on, Paul. Matt's on now."
Yeah, come on then. Bring it on, son.
Right, Simon says at Right Heart Lane, he's getting back to him. Say, I'm annoyed at that also because of I lost count of how amount of times they've done this, but I think we are better off now. We've ended up with since Traore wanted to play right wing. Absolutely, Si. So Matt, have we got any? I've got other news, Matt. What's coming around? I've got transfer deadline day in the background here.
Well, I haven't got anything on it. I'm just checking Twitter, but I mean, you're not going to like it, but maybe apparently Dembele is on his way out, and I sent you something. It's from it says the club for Dembele could, and I say could be Spurs. I'm checking on it now.
Right.
So, yeah.
Matt's right. But who is this guy though?
I don't know. I mean, he has got other stuff before, right?
Right.
I'm more interested in the thing you sent me with this striker, but
yeah, who is this? Is this playing for Lazio, Matt? This Sam Pater. I've heard his name before.
Yeah, Zapata. He plays for I can't remember who they play for, but he's all right. He'll get goals. Like, he can hold the ball up well. It's just an option, isn't it? Apparently, this guy's not got anything wrong yet. The one who you sent me. So,
that first one I've sent you.
He's just tweeted again. saying Zapata to Tottenham is on. Everything agreed, done deal. We'll see. But apparently, if I look at all his other tweets where he gets his information from, he said he was the first on the 28th of January to say Tottenham looking into Bentancur from Juve. And he said Amrabat will not join. He also said about the MK Don and Lewis Potter of Hull City. He said we're interested in them.
Right. Wow.
And he tweeted on the 31st at 12:24 that Dele Alli is leaving Tottenham. And that was before Fabrizio and everyone else. So maybe in the next hour we'll find out a bit more, but it'll be interesting to see.
So, guys, Spurs could have a striker over the line before the deadline at 11 p.m., guys. So watch this space, guys. We could be bringing. We're no IDKs of ourselves. We're getting it through other sources, and we'll break them on here. And if we have any news from Sky Sports as well, we will bring you guys. We got right out lane says, I get you on that one, Simon. I'm not, he says, and then he goes, I'm not convinced with Kula being a backup striker as well. Would love a match. Well, if you're hearing what Matt's saying there.
You've got Bergwijn as well. We know he can play up front. I think we've got options. I do have a bit of breaking news though. It's not Spurs related, but it's just obviously transfer.
Yeah, you go for it with general transfers in there, mate. General ones.
Barcelona have reached a verbal agreement with Arsenal to sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on a loan for 6 months.
Oh, here we go. Who's that from, Matt? Who's that?
David Ornstein.
Right, David. He follows Arsenal very, very close as well. I really like the look of Zapata from Atalanta. That's it.
Atalanta, and they're a good team.
Yeah. So you never know, guys. Atalanta talking ball. Yeah, thanks, talking ball. Thanks, Colin.
And apparently,
so I said, guys, anyone wants to come on and have a chat with me and Matt, we're here till 11 p.m. Come and have your say, guys. Just come and have your say. So we're keeping up with as many transfers as we possibly can. It's not only Tottenham, guys. Anything that breaks, Matt will bring it, and if I find out, I'll bring it. You know what I mean? White Hart Lane says a striker should have taken priority at this point, and looking at what's available on the market, I think Son is more effective for us up front should Kane get injured. It says true, but I don't like him up front. Son's so much better on the wing, Simon. And here we go. I can't find nothing official though on him.
I know Brighton have just signed a new striker for coming in next season.
Here we go, Matt. Who is it, Matt?
Denise Undav from Royal Union. It's the Belgium league.
The Belgium league.
Got a good record actually. £6 million.
We got a Juventus. Juve Perlo is 99. Hi guys, I'm a big Juve fan and been on several podcasts and listening to everyone's views on Kula, which I find quite interesting. Listen, pal, if you want to jump on and tell us your insight of these two players, it would be very interesting. There is a link. I'm going to post it back out in the chat, guys. I would love to have you on. Come on, hit that StreamYard link there, guys. I don't know if you can see it in the chat. Hit that StreamYard link, guys. Get on it. And especially you've, Pereira 99, come on and have your say about these. We'd love to have your insight, a Juventus fan. Tell us more news about these two players we have just signed from Juventus today.
It's just
sounds legit. Wonder who he's getting his sources from. Joe Rodent hiding in the wall at Daniel's office, perhaps. What's that, Matt? You got anything breaking there, mate? Anything?
Well, just TalkSport have confirmed that Aubameyang is undergoing his medical at Barcelona after the two clubs have agreed a deal.
Absolutely fantastic.
And keep an eye on Ousmane Dembele as well.
And I have butterflies after that tweet about a striker. Well, keep watching, guys. Keep watching. Our viewers are going up and down at a minute, Matt. So I think other people are going on at the same time as us. So good evening, Simon Matt Kelvin. Thanks for coming on, my friend. Glad I'll see you on the chat, mate. Thanks for coming in, mate. Much appreciated. And facts and stats. So jump on the stream, pal. Good to hear. Be good to hear from your opinion on these new signings. Absolute facts and stats. So the link's out there, guys. That Juventus fan, if you're still in here, mate, get on the stream. Come and tell us how good these two players are or what we're getting. We'd love to hear what we are getting. So yeah, Matt. So any more news? No. There's that you're saying now, Matt. Let's keep an eye on Amozo Dembele from Barcelona.
Yeah, apparently he's a serious option for Spurs if they potentially want him. I mean, wages would be pretty high, but I suppose we've just taken off 500,000 in wages, so which is a ridiculous amount of money, isn't it? In terms of for those
apparently,
players.
We are paying Ndombele's wages still at Lyon. Is that true? I
think it's like 5% or 10%. Most of the wage is paid by Lyon. So
brilliant. I'm happy about that now, Matt. I'm happy that you've gave us that one.
Well, I don't. Obviously, I haven't. I've just heard that. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I mean, it's Daniel Levy, isn't it? He's not going to pay all the wages, but just to get him out of the club, even if you pay 20%, you're still saving money long term.
Absolutely, mate. So, Matt, are you happy with the business so far? So far, we say, because when we say so far, as Sky News has just broken it as well. Aubameyang to Barcelona, done deal. So yes, so Aubameyang from Arsenal to Barcelona, guys, is a done deal. I'm not too sure what the structure of the contract of the deal is. It loan to end of the season,
loan with another year to extend if he wants it.
There you go. It's a very good signing for Arsenal, for Barcelona. Sorry, I think he'll do well at Barcelona. I really do in that league. For Barcelona, they are rebuilding as well at the minute. They are taking a rebuilding, but they're signing some experience as well with the rebuild as well, which is great. Yeah. So after that deal's been done, guys, as Matt said there, watch out for Dembele in that late swoop for Tottenham, and this Atalanta striker as well. I mean, this could be. Matt, could we be coming out smelling of roses if we do get?
Tell you what, imagine if we got him and Dembele. Oh, I'll tell you what, you couldn't really have a go at the club then.
Do you know what, Matt? It wouldn't inspire me because we've let 4 go today.
Yeah, and that is big on the wages, isn't it? And I think that's normally
big on the wages, and that does make us the squad a bit thinner. So Paratici and Conte will be saying, listen, we're going to need 1 or 2 in.
Is there enough? What time is it? 11 o'clock it finishes?
It's 11 o'clock, but they'll have an hour afterwards as well.
Only if the paperwork's are put in time.
Paper goes through, yeah. So at 11 o'clock, a deal can go through, right? And they get an hour's grace. So Matt, go on, Matt.
Origi is staying at Liverpool. So if Jake's in the building, apparently no transfer. Origi will stay.
Well, Origi will stand. Right, here we go. Matt, let's just go off on that for a minute. I'll come back to that question. Let's go on to some transfers. Burnley, Matt.
Yeah.
Burnley. Yeah. They signed that player from Wolfsburg.
Yeah. Weghorst, isn't it?
I think that will be a good signing for Burnley.
I think he's better. I think he's better than Chris Wood if you look at his overall sort of stats. He's 6'6", so he'll play the Burnley way, won't he? In terms of the. Sorry, carry on, mate.
What was it? I'm just saying something on here, mate. Wait on me.
It's all about Dembele. Apparently, his future's in London, so it's some London club.
Spurs Dembele is not going to Tottenham from player and Barcelona's side as it stands. He's tagged in Fabrizio Romano in that.
Maybe Chelsea. Maybe Chelsea.
It could be Arsenal, mate. I think it's going to be Arsenal, this Dembele deal.
Maybe.
But is that some sort of player that
I think he'd be exciting. I think if you can keep him fit, I think he'd be one of our best wingers by a mile.
But there again, then Spurs Express just come out now on Twitter. He said Tottenham Dembele is a serious option for the club.
I can't see Arsenal going for him. They need a striker. If they've just got rid of Aubameyang. Could be Chelsea, mate. I wouldn't rule them out.
Oh dear. So who else, Matt?
Well, obviously going back to Burnley's business with Weghorst, I think if you look at his overall record, so for Wolfsburg he's played 118 games and he scored 59 goals. That's actually not too bad.
That is good. That is good.
He's a big physical sort of player, so he's 6'6", and I think it'll be good for Burnley because the way they put the balls into the box, it'll be good in the air. I think very clever business by Burnley actually to get him in. Yeah.
And Matt, the last word on Spurs, they have just posted as well that Dembele to Tottenham is a serious option up until the 11 p.m. deadline.
But apparently Romano has just dismissed Dembele to Tottenham.
Right.
Can change though, can't it? Can change.
It can change. But I'll keep an eye on this Atalanta guy though. Me personally, I really will keep an eye on it because I think this could be a great deal for Tottenham. Me personally, get a striker through the door. Dar says it's only 4 gone on loan though, so they will be back right. Do you guys know?
Isn't it?
I think Delhi will be gone. That'll be a straight thing.
That's permanent. That's been confirmed, isn't it? So
yeah. Lo Celso
end on well. I can see him doing well in that league because he's done it before, isn't he? In that league.
Yeah. But I think they'll be gone in the summer. Me personally, I think we'll get some money for them in the summer. Brian Hill will be back at Tottenham. Me personally. But apparently with Brian Hill at the minute, he's not settling. He can't settle in England. So I think he wanted to. I think that was Spain was his going back country. Me personally, that was his choice. Haven't seen anything on Zapata, Matt.
Well, I mean, we've only seen that. I mean, yeah, I've heard that Tottenham may make a step towards Dembele after being made aware of Chelsea's interest in him.
Right.
There you go.
And Facts and Stats says, imagine Burnley stay up and help relegate Newcastle. Osman is young and spent long periods on the medical bench. I don't want him for that money. That's another good opinion on Dembele. Why you don't want him at Tottenham? I can see it. He's got 14 injuries at Barcelona. I think that's a hell of a case, isn't it? It's like Darren Anton, isn't it? Back at Tottenham.
Is it just maybe he's just not happy at Barca? I don't know.
Let's get talking ball in. Let's get Colin in.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen?
Colin, you all right, mate?
How's it going?
Doing good. I mean, especially with this transfer activity finally shaping up. I'm doing good. You guys doing all right though?
Absolutely fantastic.
Good deal. Good deal.
Colin, first time on the stream. Thank you very much for taking the time out and coming on here and having a talk with us, mate. I said 2 for the door. Looks like 5 going out.
Yeah.
Tell us your opinion, mate. Are you happy with it?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me on the stream, man. It's really good to be here. But yeah, say the transfer window were to end, and this is the only movement that's happened is the 5 out, 2 in. I'd still think it was a pretty good window. The players that we've gotten out are players who, for all intents and purposes, didn't really want to be here, and weren't helping. You know, they'd be on the bench, but like we wouldn't want them to come in because, you know what I mean, they just didn't have it. And it seems like the two players that we've got in, whether or not they walk into the starting 11, they'll push them. You know what I mean? They'll push the starting 11 to be better. They'll challenge people for their spots. That competition's always healthy, and we know for a fact that Conte likes them. And I think those are all good things. And I also don't think that Paratici's done cooking yet. I think that there might be some more signings in the pipeline, but we'll have to see. What do you guys? I mean, I've been watching. So you pretty happy?
I'm pretty happy. I think the outgoings are bigger for me than some of the incomings. But you know,
Yeah.
I've looked at the squad overall. Apart from a backup striker, we've got 2 in every position now. That's what Conte said a top team has and what he wants. So I think we just crack on and you know get on with the season. And I think they've done a good
Yeah.
job. And I think
I
for
agree,
me,
and
it
I
was
think
just
top 4
really
is on the
going up.
cards. I think top 4 is on the cards,
Yeah,
man.
definitely, mate. Like I've said, you look at all the other clubs. What are they doing around us? West Ham done nothing. Arsenal done nothing. Manchester United done nothing. Arsenal just got rid of probably their well, I'd still say their best striker in terms of his goal to game record.
Yeah.
You know, so if they don't bring him in, they've literally just got Lacazette and then Nketiah. So,
I want to get on their subreddit and see how bad that they're freaking out right now.
but no, I think compared to all our other rivals, sure we've strengthened and we've added to the squad, and I think, like you say, you know, Kuleveski and Ben Tancor will, you know, offer competition for places. They'll push other players. Hopefully, they come in and just give us that fresh energy we need. You know, fresh signings bring new energy, and the whole place will be, you know, hopefully a bit more happy and a bit more bouncy. And maybe Conte, you know what he's done with Harry Winks and players like that. What could he do with these Juventus boys? You know, he's wanted Kuleveski when he was at Inter Milan. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Kuleveski if we play a 3-5-2 more in that number 10 sort of role, drifting from the middle to the wing. Because normally if you stick him out just on the wing, he struggled, especially at Juventus. But when he was at Parma, he drifted like Ericsson did for us, which worked wonders.
Definitely. And I actually only thing I've seen of him is like a highlight video I watched earlier this morning. But man, he can really put those shots, I guess, to the keeper's right down in the corner. Those are beautiful. It seems like one of every 2 goals he scored in that video I watched was like a side-footed strike into the bottom corner. It was beautiful. He just makes that tiny bit of room for himself and knows he can get that shot off, and placement's perfect. But yeah, it'd be awesome. And he scores from distance too. And
can he take a free kick?
There we go. I'm back. But yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I didn't see any of the video. So,
well, apparently in most productive youngsters in Serie A in 2019/20, Kuleveski was in the top 5, and only Vlahovic had created or more goals involved in. Kuleveski had 29. He had 15 at Parma. He had 15 goals and 14 assists in one season.
Jesus, if we could get that kind of form, oh my God, can you imagine?
Wow, yeah.
Well,
Simon, what do you think though? How's your take on the transfer window so far?
Yeah, Colin, I'm totally agree with what Matt's saying there. The window was all about getting these bad eggs out. These fans will be going on, going on. We've got to get Dembele out, Ali out, the Celso out, and blah, blah, blah. We've done it. That's the big thing of this window. I'm pleased with that. It's a bonus we got these 2 guys from Juventus, and look like 2 really good deals. So let's see if they can come in and make a difference.
Yeah, I already said I think we have the squad that could push for top 4 even without signings. But now that we've gotten rid of some of the players that don't want to be there, that aren't going to train hard, you know, we've gotten some new faces in that have played together. So they're both from Juventus. They've played together more than likely, and that's never a bad thing. You know, it's
and apparently from Spurs Express, it's saying Paratici is a massive fan of Dembele from Barcelona. This deal is serious option. This is from an Italian source. I've
just read he turned us down. So
well, he probably would, but
I think he's staying at Barcelona. until the summer.
Chelsea are coming at 2-1. Tottenham are 7-1 at the minute. Tottenham have come in from 25-1 to 7-1 to sign Dembele. So, yes, Colin. But me personally, mate, I just think this transfer window, it's been a success. It really has. I think they're gearing up for the summer. I mean,
yes,
the striker from Atalanta, as Matt said there, that could be maybe be the late deal in the window.
That would be a steal. He's a very, very good striker, and would not only.
You're on mute, Matt.
I think you would push him for like starting spot though. He's that good. Different kind of striker, but more of likes to run in behind the last defender type guy. But that would be sick. That would really that would be something else. That would be like a 9 out of 10 window for me. Only another defender, and getting rid of why can't I even think of his name? Joe Rodon would be better for me. But
the guy's just tweeted Simon. He put, "Have faith. A deal at such short notice will take some time," and he's put the hourglass like ticking timer thing. So we'll have to wait and see about this Zapata.
Right. The thing is, if that deal goes through as well, I think it'll be happy days for us. I really do. I think it'll be happy days.
Oh yeah, that would be unreal.
Because Arsenal, I think they're in the mud. If they don't get no one in now,
if we get Zapata, we'll have 2 in every position.
Yeah. I mean, so to be
I wouldn't. This is going to be bad, and I hate that I'm saying this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ousmane Dembele went to Arsenal.
Just because I'm saying there.
It's still. I mean, for me, it's not a replacement for Aubameyang. It's not.
No, you're right. No, not at all. And how good have their expensive signings done lately? You know, they've signed all kinds of attackers.
Who does it come in for? Like, does he take Saka's place? Because he's been unreal for them. You know, I'd say.
Yeah. He'll take the spot of the. What does that guy not even play? Who's the guy they signed for like 70 million last summer?
Oh,
Pepe. Is it
yeah.
Pepe?
Yeah, does he even play? I don't watch Arsenal enough. I wouldn't just.
I think he's in a bit of a trouble with a betting scandal or something. So I don't think he's playing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's.
I mean, so we've got a couple of comments here, guys. We've got Das Cloud 92. He said can't trust anything the players or agents say until contracts are final. Yeah, absolutely. Facts and Stats says hello and welcome, Colin. Yes.
Hey, I like your avatar there. That was nice.
It's a favourite to us one as well. Neil Curtis says sorry about Luis Diaz coming to Merseyside. You'll never walk alone. Neil, you can have him, matey.
We got Kulu. We got Kulu.
Paul said our odds have come in from 25-1 to 7-1 on Muslim Dembele. Chelsea are at 2-1 apparently. I wouldn't want Nketiah or Laka over Obama any day. Obama missed so many sitters and just hasn't looked good. I want Nketiah. Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm not taking that. Aubameyang, mate, is levels above them too. Me personally. Wayne says let Chelsea have Dembele. Doesn't have an attitude problem, ridiculous wages and injury prone. That's another side we've got to see about this Dembele as well. He's injury prone, he's ridiculous wages, and he's got a very poor attitude as well. Is that something you want at the club, guys?
Yeah, no. I just pulled a Harry Kane there, but I feel like we're working hard to create like a good attitude and like a good like a harmony within the squad, sort of like we had under like peak Poch times, and yeah, I don't think we need any more. We just got rid of some of the bad apples, and so I don't think we need any more bad apples.
Absolutely, Matt. That's fine, pal. Yeah, absolutely. So Matt's off to get some scran. He'll be back with us shortly.
Well, in a bit.
He'll be back soon. I've seen that one. Yeah. So, Colin, what's your outtake on this? Obviously, these protests that's happening at the minute outside the training grounds. Is it come out at right time on a transfer window? Do you see Daniel Levy cares about these people outside the training ground? he certainly doesn't, because he's got the man who's reporting now. He's inside the training ground, so obviously all that doesn't go on Sky Sports and things like that. What's your intake on this, Colin?
That's a very good question. It's hard to say. I understand why people are protesting, and I think it's cool that they're fighting for something that they believe in, and but yeah, you asked the question, is it the right time, or is right now the right time to be doing that? Um, I think so, maybe. That's a really tough one for me. That's something that I don't want to say sit on the fence on, but I wonder about. For one thing, I don't think Daniel Levy is going to step down like at any point in the future, regardless of protests, regardless of you know of anything like that. He makes too much money. He enjoys what he does. He thinks he's really good at it. Why would he quit? And so then I have to think, instead of Levy out, I always me and a buddy of mine try to say Levy spend instead of Levy out, because we've seen other teams, get their boards to spend. West Ham being one of them, and so uh, that's what we push for, is for Levy just to spend some money. I think they're doing it at the right time. I think I understand exactly where they're coming from. It's the end of the transfer window. Let's get some shit done. Let's work. Let's finalize these transfers that you've supposedly been working on, and they're hoping that them being there will kind of help push for that. And I agree completely. And I'm from the U.S., man. We're all about protests. We protest everything here. So I 100% support it. Do do I think do I think it's changing things or will change things? I'm not 100% sure, Simon, to tell you the truth. I hope so. I really hope
Yeah,
so. But I respect everybody that's out there for doing it.
absolutely. I totally get you. I totally echo what you said there as well. And I mean, I totally respect Brian and his
Yeah,
crew are out there doing a fantastic job.
definitely.
Because I mean, I'm not sitting here saying it's all rosy at Tottenham now. We've signed 2 players and things like that. It was far from it. But to me, I see it as, Colin, that if we didn't move to this new stadium with bigger revenue coming in and all that, we still sat at White Lane, the old White Lane, we wouldn't afford Harry Kane's wages. We wouldn't afford pay the big wages and things like that. We've got to understand that we have to move with the times. And unfortunately, we did move with the times, and it was that the time where we're about to move into our new stadium and COVID come. I mean, so we've had 2 years of like really no proper income. So we haven't given it
I
time
agree. To
to pay
kind
off.
of bear fruit, yeah. So we can see that that
Absolutely, it's
like
going to pay off. Do you know what I mean? So to me, it looks like people saying, Daniel, you don't care about Tottenham, you don't care about this club. I find that a bit. I find that a bit off the card. Me, Colin, me personally, I think he does care about the club. Is he a football man? Maybe not. Is he a good businessman? Yeah, he's a very good businessman. You know what I mean? I think that's what he needs to keep to. So that's what I agree with. I think he needs to go stay upstairs and let other people do the
yes,
football.
absolutely. Let
Um,
Paratici or whoever actually have some autonomy and be able to make some decisions and do the job. Because I still feel like Levy's running the show right now, even though he's hired Paratici or however you. I think Levy's still making all the decisions. But if he could like step aside somewhat and let someone that's more knowledgeable in like the football sense like make some decisions, I think we'd be in a lot better shape. And yeah, I mean, and people also have to just know that we're never gonna spend the same way as other teams. I don't know. I think we'll be able to get a lot closer whenever we've got the new stadium money, and we're making all that. But like Tottenham has to buy smart and make clever signings, and I think that's why I brought Paratici in, because he's really good at that. And we operate.
Colin's on mute again.
We operate different than like a Barcelona. We're not, or Chelsea, or United or any of those teams. We operate differently, and that's okay. That's, I think, part of why we all love Tottenham, is that we can't just go out and checkbook sign the biggest players at the moment. We have to unearth our own and find some gems, and it's part of what makes supporting Tottenham so fun.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I mean, and every player, every fan, I mean, has their own opinion and has their own say to go about Daniel Levy. To me, I'm one of them. I haven't got a major problem with Daniel running the club at the financial side of it. I think he has done a very good job of where we come for where we was. I mean, brand new stadium, it's lovely. It looks like it will pay off. You'll give it time. It will pay off. The new training ground, and he has. Don't let's not beat around the bush here. He put his money where his mouth is, where he sacked Nuno and he banged Conte. You know what I mean? And for someone who's not very ambitious, for someone who's not taking the club serious, just for it's all about money, he wouldn't have gotten someone like an Antonio Conte. So to me, he has got that in his heart. He does take the club serious. I just think at the minute we haven't got the revenues like the Uniteds, like the Barças, and
you're 100% right. Yeah.
It will come. Time will come, and I think it will come. I think Tottenham will have their day. Will have their time where we win trophies. But it's a process, and that's. I know people don't like hearing that word, process, but I think what we're in now, we're in a process. We're in a rebuild under Conte, and under the different managers of the Poch, the Nunos, the Mourinhos. I am not seeing the Dele Alli get out of the club, and Ndombele get out of the club, Lo Celso get out of the club. These three players have still been under other managers. Conte and his team are not having it. Then they've said to Daniel Levy, this is the plan. We want these players out. These are the players we want in. The players they want in probably not available to the summer, Colin. This is what the fans will understand as well.
No, I'm 100% with you. If I could have told you how many times I've said that to people, I'd be, you know what I mean, blue in the face, because it's, you can. It's definitely that teams. It's a cliche, but they don't want to get rid of players that are influential in the winter transfer window. It's just not something teams usually do unless you're willing to overpay, or and we're not going to do that. And so some of them, like McKennie, I know that he's probably choosing Barcelona, but like, of course he's going to wait till the summer to see. I don't know. People just get a little too worked up sometimes, but everything's good. We all love the club. It's all the same, it's all the same, coming from the same place. We just all have a slightly different take on it, I'm happy with the way things are moving with it. People are like, oh, Conte's not being backed. He was lied to. And I hate that, because we have no clue. No one knows. No one knows if Levy said to Conte, hey man, we don't really have much to spend in the winter window, but just like hold tight with what we've got, do your best, see if we can get top four, and then in the summer we'll push on. There's no, you know what I mean? People are pretending like Levy said, hey, we're going to give you a war chest and go spend it, but we don't know that.
So there's a couple of comments here. Our turn beats, brother Adam. How's it going, my pal?
Hey, what's up,
even lads, and welcome, Colin. Paul says Ali Gold has confirmed we are done for the day. And John says, I'm hearing Pursues are done, 45 million, and add-ons, personal terms agreed, 100k a week, and just down to Brighton say yes. What? Let's see, John. Let's see. Jake, Liverpool fans say yes, boys. Heard Mbappe last minute bid from Spurs. I wish. I wish from that, Jake. Yes, so Colin, as I said, this has been I said with Daniel Levy going forward now, mate, and as you said there, January is it's always a hard window to try and attract the players you want. It's not sign any Tom, Dick and Harry. Let's have the Conte players he wants. I mean, and if you can't get him this window, let's hold off and let's do what we're best, as you said. Let's do the best what we got. And if we can hit top four, and I think with the revenue from now to the end of the season, I think we're in for a big summer. big money in the summer.
Definitely. Top 4 is huge, and I think
Top
we're just gonna
4
scrape it.
It's the
you know?
pinnacle. That's the pinnacle, mate.
Yeah, no.
the thing
It's
is-
between us and United, I think, for 4th place.
And do you know what, Colin? I had a chat with someone the other day about this. About it's top 4. It's a trophy bigger than
I
finishing
did
the top
too.
4.
I had the same conversation too. Yeah, man. Right now for the club, it's more important for us to win or to get top 4 than to win a trophy. I know that sucks.
Unfortunately, Colin, the days of winning trophies and that's bigger than European football, that's gone. That was back in the day. People
Right.
in this modern era now, right? With every top player, they want big wages and they want Champions League football, right? They're not coming to a club who just won a couple of small trophies and things like that. I mean, or not in Europe, who don't pay big wages. I mean, they want Champions League football. Every top player we've gone for always say, we're not coming to you because you haven't got Champions League football. I mean, and you don't pay big wages. I mean, and this is the thing with Tottenham. And I think it will come, Colin. Them days will come. I mean, but we've got to really take top 4 seriously now. That's the pinnacle now to the end of the season. We've got to get in that top 4 for us to be where Conte wants us to be in the summer.
We're not going to be able to attract the players that he wants and needs for his system to work perfectly. If we're not in the Champions League, it's as simple as that. The draw of Conte, the draw of London, the draw of the new stadium, that all helps. But at the end of the day, like you were saying, Champions League is like the end all be all. And if you're not there, then players aren't going to come.
Absolutely. So, if it is true that Ali Gold has said that our transfer it's over, our transfer dealings are sit now for the night. Would you be happy then, Colin? Going into the last couple of hours into the window,
I wouldn't be mad, for sure, and I would be. Yeah, I mean it would be good in some ways, and then slightly disappointing in others. I mean, it's good that we got rid of the players that were the troublemakers, supposedly, or the ones that didn't want to be here. Dele and Ndombele, Lo Celso, like that's good. It's good that we've gotten in 2 players that really want to be here. It seems like want to play for Conte and have played together. I think the loan for Brian Hill is good because I think he's a heck of a player. I think he's going to be a big time player sometime. Whether that's who knows how long Conte is going to stay, but Conte doesn't really play wingers. But who says that what if he doesn't play for what if he plays for Spurs or he doesn't? He's going to be a big deal, and I think this loan gives him time to grow and his value to go up potentially. I don't think there's a buy option in it. I think it's just a straight loan. And who am I missing on the outs? Those 4.
It was Tungi, Dele, Brian Hill, the Celso.
Was there? Oh, that was it. Okay, yeah, and
that was the 4 got out. And Jack and Jack Clark got out.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was a weird one. Jack Clark was a weird one from the get go.
Yeah, it didn't really kick off for him, did it, when he come to Tottenham? And
no, it did not.
So,
but yeah, no, I think I would be happy. Yeah, I would say like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll probably echo with you, like 6 or 7 out of 10. That's probably a fair rate for this transfer window for the outgoings. I think the outgoings are more happier. I'm more happy with the outgoings because they're the players we wanted out. I mean, don't get me wrong, there probably are talented lads, the ones going out, but it hasn't worked, did it, at Tottenham? I don't know why. I mean, there may be laziness, they haven't adapted. They can't. They want to go back home, or they want to go. I mean, just doesn't know. I don't know what's going through their heads. But don't get me wrong. I think it's good business for us, and especially the Dele Alli, getting Dele Alli out of the club as well. That was. I mean, he needed a fresh start there, Colin, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm worried that he's going to kick on and be a really good player, but that's the risky take. I mean, he wasn't doing it for us. We couldn't just keep paying him to be shit, really, So we had to get rid of him.
This is the problem. Colin. This is the risk we got to take, and I think I think we had no choice. At the end of the day, it wasn't working. He didn't really want to play. It just feels like he doesn't want to play football no more. He's given up. He's like social media has taken over his life, and he's branding the clothing and things like that, and getting girls, and I think that sort of life's taken Dele over. I mean, he's football. He's a talented lad. I mean, wish we had like the Dele of old. I mean, I've always kept saying this and saying I couldn't back him no more, Colin. No, I couldn't back him.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was hard. It was hard to defend him because I mean, at one time he was one of my favorites. His story of how he came up and his life, and then the huge jump he made in football, and how he was able to instantly succeed with Spurs, even though he was like a League Two player or whatever, and it was crazy. I mean, it was amazing, and it seemed like nobody knew how to defend him those first 2 years, and then when everybody figured out his whole like little late run drift in thing, I kind of think he got found out a little bit and wasn't really able to adapt. That's my theory, at least. He kind of had a signature move he did where he would just arrive late in the box, but teams got really wise to that, and he was no longer a free man in the box, and at that point he wasn't as effective. But yeah, it seems like he does spend too much time doing kid stuff. I don't know. I think Dele I think he's made his money and he just wants to like be a kid now.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin, Paul's asking, whose Wi-Fi are you using from the alleyway?
Shh, Paul, we can't say anything about that. I don't want them to find out. So.
Absolutely. Simon says, I would just like some transparency from the board. I believe he made it out like Paratici was a tough negotiator, implying he's been in charge of that, but nobody knows because we hear Levy's still involved. Do you think Levy's still involved in some of these negotiations still? Colin?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, I think he loves that. I don't know if there's a timeline, in where he would ever give that up, just because that's what he does. Ever since that Luka Modric deal on deadline day, I think he thought he was like the best at transfers, like the best ever, and so he's he'll always have a hand in the transfers and negotiations. I mean, that's stuff that he's used to and he's probably pretty good at. And to be honest, Paratici might be glad to have him at some points, but I still think Paratici needs to have, to a certain extent, final call on whether or not we go ahead and pull the trigger, spend the asking price, or try to haggle him down like Levy always does.
This guy, Colin, this journalist on Twitter, he's still saying that Spurs are keeping their cards close to their chest after Luis Diaz madness. Zapata from Atalanta is still a serious option for Tottenham, and it's almost done.
That would make it an 8 or 9 out of 10 window for me.
Well, he's just replying to Alistair Gold's comment where he says Spurs are no move for Dembele from Barcelona, and obviously just saying that Tottenham's transfer dealings are done for the night. And this what this journalist has come back to said that Tottenham are keeping cards close to their chest.
Snap.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yes, it
it looks like Dele Alli looks like he is. The medical is going to... but Lily White Lane here, Colin... Robbie saying, just seen Dele could go to Newcastle as they could hijack the Everton deal after he dies. He
does his medical.
It does make more money for us.
I saw that too earlier, actually, and it'd be a lot like the Willian transfer to Chelsea, where he had his medical with us and then left. I'm down for more money. I don't think that Everton team, even with all the money in the world, there's still only certain players that are going to come to you, and then you have to mold those players into a good team. And so I'm not worried about Newcastle, at least for a couple more years. They can continue to make smart signings, but I still don't think.
And someone just come back here, the Daily Hotspur. I think this is Jamie actually. He's saying Spurs decided in the end against the Dembele deal because it was too expensive and it wasn't a priority. And Dembele did not reject Tottenham.
Oh, see, we
So-
are a top club. We're just a cheap one that doesn't want to spend money.
So it could be Spurs are keeping their cards close to their chest, and
Yeah.
it could be something that we don't want to let no one else know we are going for this player. So, Colin, can you see anything happening now with 2 hours and 40 minutes to go?
To be honest, not much. Maybe if something literally like falls into our lap, like no, I'm just gonna call it now and say we're finished. If we get another player in, it'll be a striker, and it'll be a weird one. I've always wondered why we haven't gone for strikers from the championship that perform well. I know that he did really bad in his last season for Fulham, but the season before that he was great. And then his last, and he's doing good again in the championship. But I can't hold on. I'll think of his name. The Serbian dude, Alexander Mitrovic. He used to play he plays for Fulham, played for them in the Premier League and in the Championship. He's a good striker. He's like 29. That's somebody we could go for. There's just like options where I don't feel like we've explored everything, but I mean, when are they ever gonna explore everything? I guess. But there's just options we've like Ivan Toney has shown he's had a decent record so far this season in the Premier League. That like strikers from the Championship can come in and do a job usually in the Premier League.
Yeah, I absolutely agree there, Colin. I think there is some great strikers out there. I do like that guy from Blackburn, that Diaz. I mean, he knows where the back of the net is as well. And I just see Spurs with Joe when you got someone like Conte, and you want to go down like another route. If we had someone like Eddie Howe, something like that.
Yeah, okay, I see where you're going.
That's more of a Eddie Howe side, isn't it? At Spurs and things like that. I mean, when you got someone like Conte, will Conte go up to Levy saying, "Let's go into the Championship and get someone from there"? It's can't see him doing it.
Yeah, Conte would probably tell him to go do one.
Yeah. And that's still saying that I still think there is some last minute deals we could get done.
I really hope you're right.
Yeah, let's hope so. Dar's saying, would you rate Levy as a top owner for a Premier League club? Is he doing better than other owners? Dar's,
he's not actually the owner.
He's not the owner. That's for one. Lewis has got 85% of the, 75% of the share, and I think Dan Levy's got 25%, something like that.
Yeah.
So Enoch and Lewis are the main owners of this football club, and I think he's a talented. I think he's a very good, as I said, businessman. That's what I've always said about Daniel Levy. He's a very good businessman, and what he's done the financial side of Tottenham is fantastic. I'm happy with it. But on the pitch, he has let us down, Colin. I won't let you lie. I won't lie there. He has in the past where he's got his second. We'd never go after the first transfer target. We always have a second option or a third option. I mean, we never back managers properly at this football club, and that's what I don't like. I mean,
no, you couldn't be more right.
You can see it on two sides of the story. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
A good financial side, but very, very poor on the football
and the poor on the footballing side is in an attempt to do better in the business and money side. It's like that they cross paths at a certain point, and Levy has to decide if he wants to spend some money, have the club not be quite so profitable for the shareholders, but be a better club, and then maybe become more profitable after that gamble, or if he's going to continue to do things the way he is. I kind of wonder if he's I don't know. I just feel like with a little bit of like cash, we could really push on and do things, and a team that's won the league or won the Champions League, or that's got a potential to make so much more money than a team that hasn't won a trophy in 21 years or whatever. It's crazy, man.
Absolutely, Colin. Simon says, I'm glad we opted out of the move from Dembele. We've just one coffin out of the door with the Celso leaving for Villarreal. We don't need another one. Death at doors. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And we got the Juventus fan back in. He said, hi, Okudo is a decent player with potential, but to be honest, not sure he is better than what you have. Wow.
Well, he doesn't have to be better as long as he could let our players that we do have like sit a spell, like maybe I know they don't play on the same side, but maybe we could rest Sonny, or maybe we could if he just gives us decent options for depth, then that would be awesome.
Absolutely. And he goes on and says, however, Bentancur for me is a decent DM, but tends to give the ball away a lot.
That sounds bad.
So from a Juventus, he come in earlier, Colin, this Juventus fan, and he said it's very interesting to see the divides on the Tottenham fan base on these two players. For what you're hearing there, Colin, it doesn't seem like
it doesn't fill you with
doesn't fill you with hope.
No, but that's one thing too. Whenever we lose a player, everybody in like the comments and talking online is really salty, and they're like, oh well, they were shit anyway, and like remember they were so bad, they did this in this game, and they and so it's easy. I don't know, you remember more of the bad things, I think, when a player leaves your club than you do the good things. And so yeah, has he given the ball away some? I'm sure, but is it as much as Juve Piero 99 is trying to make us think? I don't know, but I still think Bentancur is going to be decent. He'll let us. You've seen how much we've just completely burnt out. Højbjerg, and I think part of the reason why is he just hasn't had a person to sub out for him, and now we've got Bentancur in. I think he could honestly take the place of either Skip or Pierre, and so it just offers us good quality depth. It doesn't have to be starting started to be over current starters, because I think we have a good team. I just think that it's we need to have depth that's of about the same quality as our starters.
Right, and just got a couple of comments here. Got him. So Paul saying, what I can't understand is that why haven't they sorted the naming rights for the stadium? We are losing money that could be spent transfers. Is COVID stopping this? I do personally believe, Paul, that these naming rights, I think they'll be done for the summer. I think that's where the most of the money going to come in for this big transfer we're going to have in the summer. I think the naming rights are going to pay for this. So I think this is in the pipe. I think this is in the pipeline. This is why I say Daniel Levy is saying that the summer's going to be the biggest rebuild of this football club, probably through these naming rights. Do you agree with that, Colin?
I mean, if we got the naming rights done for this summer, it would be huge in what we could do, and in terms of what we could do in the transfer market. I'm trying to think.
Big sports in your country, Colin. Like they rely on naming rights and things like that, and it's massive in the States.
Huge, and the fact that we've got the stadium. I mean, and there's events happening in it all the time already, and we still haven't got a sponsor. I do think the commenter was correct in saying that COVID has something to do with it. We know that like almost all businesses are taking some kind of a hit due to COVID, and so I think once the markets have all like leveled themselves back out and everything, that maybe we'll get that finally sorted out. Because that's just money down the drain. I mean, the Anthony Joshua fight that happened. If they could have been like, oh, Anthony Joshua at the blankety blank stadium, they would have made so much money, and then in turn we would have made money. It's just it's a shame, really. But yeah, if it gets done before the summer, man, or by the summer, watch out for Spurs. We know. I think Levy knows that Newcastle are just about to blow up.
You're mute. You're mute. They're gone.
And we can't keep punching above our weight forever. It's eventually gonna take some proper money, and so hopefully they all know that. We can see it as fans, so hopefully these people that are professionals can see it as well.
Yeah, absolutely, matey. Darth says, is he their financial guy then, or does he just get a lot of say because of the amount of shares he has?
No, he's a financial guy, right?
Yeah, he's a chairman of the football club, so he potentially runs the football club for Enoch and Joe Joe Lucy looks after that sort of type of the club. So yeah, he does have a lot of say in it. Obviously, he's got to go to Joe Lewis. And Paul saying now Romano has tweeted that that we are done for the day. Yeah, obviously, Bentancur and Kulo will do a job for Conti where Ndombele, Delhi, and Lascelles weren't interested. Thanks for coming in, pal. I think that could be a good one. That could be a good one there. What he's saying there. Conti obviously thinks he can get top four with just these two signings, but our squad is very thin. It is very thin. I totally agree. But if from now to the end of the season, if we can keep everyone fit, I think we can have a real good go at it. I really think we can.
Man, if we keep everybody fit, I feel like top four is almost assured. Like we've got 2 games in hand over United. We're only 2 points behind.
Got 4 over Chelsea.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's we could potentially be in third place. By the time we play our games in hand, it's crazy.
And he's come back. The Juventus fans, I hope for Tottenham they are successful, but for me, I'm not too sure. Sorry, just my opinion.
Don't be sorry, man. We don't know either. Yeah,
absolutely what Colin said, mate. He said, "Yeah, don't be sorry. It's your opinion. You're entitled to it, and you've obviously watched them more than what we've watched them. So we're not too this is like
we're hopeful.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul saying it's gone from a 6 out of 10 to a 2 out of 10 with that Juventus comment.
Dear. It's better than a 2 out of 10. Trust me.
Yeah. Great show, guys. Keep it going till 12 midnight. Yeah, we'll go as long as possible. Me and Matt when Matt is back, not a problem. And Paul South, I heard that we are asking for too much money for the naming rights, hence nobody has taken it. I think it will get done, Paul. I really think that could be a case as well, Paul. It's thin, but like nice Hatman is saying, you guys have a good chance for top 4.
Thank you for the hat compliment. I think that was to me, right? Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm embarrassed to say which side's it on. I got it at the Spurs shop, and it has the cockerel on it. I gave Daniel Levy money for this hat, but hopefully he used it to fund one of the transfers we got today. So see, I'm helping the team. But yeah, Spurs shop. And seriously though, I mean top 4. I've been saying it all year, even when I actually have it clipped from a couple other streams I was on, so that at the end of the season when we get it, I can go back and tell people, "Hey, I called this," because I mean nobody thought it was possible. But you have done because when you look at schedules of say Chelsea or United or and then you see they're playing against Aston Villa or they're playing against Southampton. You're like, win. Chelsea's going to win that one. This is the Premier League, man. It never happens like that. Teams lose all the time when they shouldn't. And so I just always thought it was going to be closer than everyone else did. And the fact that we're within arm's reach of top 4, top 3, I'm not surprised. Are you?
Sorry, Colin. I was just reading a comment there.
Oh
say that
no,
again, mate.
no, you're good. So I'm not surprised at all that we're so close to top 4 and top 3 even. And are you surprised? From the beginning of the season, did you think we were going to be this close to top 4 at this point in the season?
Oh, when Nuno, under Nuno, mate, I did have
Yeah.
no faith whatsoever, really. But when they did make the chop and bring Conte in, mate, I thought that gave me a lift. You know, I thought, yeah, if there's a man who can just put us back into the top 4, it's this man. But he's gonna need backing. I mean, he's gonna need listening to. And I'm just hoping now they've had listened to him for the players going out, because it looks like they have. Because if Conte wasn't there, these players would be still here.
Yeah,
he's
definitely. And what? Oh my God, what did we get for Dele? Like a free transfer, but and it could amount to 30 million or 40 million after bonuses. Like that's crazy. Yeah. We could be selling him for nothing, but at least he's out of the club, and at least his wages are off the books. That's another thing that makes me think we're going to have a big summer.
Me and Matt were trying to work out. It's about 500 grand off the wage bill.
Yeah,
if you include everyone's gone out. That is going to be massive for the summer.
You can bring in somebody huge. I mean, that's like a Ronaldo almost like sized.
Do you know what as well, Colin? Have you not surprised that they didn't make a little cheeky move for Gareth Bale to the end of the season?
I am actually. I'm wondering if Bale himself wasn't interested, or what the deal with that was.
He's frozen now at Madrid. He's not even playing for Madrid.
Yeah, and I guess there's still what time is it there? We still had a couple hours. We could see what we can do. Maybe Conte doesn't rate him.
Maybe so.
Because Conte does demand a lot from his players. Like going up and down the pitch, and everybody playing for the team. It could be that he just doesn't think Bale's fit enough. But, Don Bale must have gone straight through the hot dog stand and down the whole bottle of ketchup the moment he was out the door. That's classic. That's awesome.
We got Christopher saying Tottenham plot serious Dembele transfer bid before deadline after Chelsea U-turn. I can't see it happening.
I mean, if it does, I wouldn't be upset. Him, oh my God, can you imagine a front line of Kane, Son, and Dembele? Shoot.
Simon, I'm in and out with your show as I'm trying to listen to Sky Sports as well. Not a problem, my friend. Not a problem. And Dar says, I did not think you guys would be this close to top 4 at the beginning. Thought you would need a summer revamp. Yeah, we're doing well. Conte's really done well over the last 10 games. Right Heart Lane says, I think everyone would take Dombey. That's what I think it is. If he didn't get injuries, yeah. If he'd have an injury record and he was banging the goals and things like that, I think Barcelona would have kept him anyway. So
yeah.
Bale is all about the money. Well, he scored 12 goals last season. 12 league goals last season.
Hey, I just put something in the private chat because I can't put it in the regular chat, but you should throw it in. It's from Romano, and it's about Ousmane Dembele. It's from the president. A quote from the president of Barcelona. It's not a good one.
No, that's it. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, it doesn't like it's happening, does it?
No.
It doesn't like it's happening. And Simon says NW must have gone straight to the hot dog stand and down a whole bottle of ketchup the moment he was out of the door. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bale would take a pay cut to join us. I think he took a pay cut last time, did he? To join us, if I remember right.
If he's really retiring after this season, like he said he might, then he might just need the money. Maybe he really is just in it for the last little bit that he's going to make before he retires.
And this question here, Colin, do you trust Levy and Enoch to produce big in the summer?
It's tough. I guess my first question is, I'll counter your question with a question. Do you think we're going to keep Kane this summer? Because that makes a huge difference on everything,
To me, I think the first thing we have to get top 4. I think that's pinnacle to keeping Conte and Harry Kane. Me personally,
Right.
Because if we don't get top 4, who are we really gonna get through the door? Like the players Conte wants. I think the players Conte wants Champions League football, and I think the moment Kane hears Conte's not happy, I think that's when Kane starts to stir it up again. He wants to leave.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that arises again, Colin. You know what I mean? If we don't get Champions League and Kane says, you know what, I need to really think about my career now, and Conte's probably saying, you know what, I can't do what I want here at football club. We might have to swallow Kane and Conte going in the summer. You know what I mean? That's how important it is.
That would be painful.
That would be painful. That would be bloody
It would
painful.
really hurt. It would really hurt. I think we're gonna get top 4. I think we might just scrape it, but I think we'll get it. And I think this summer, if we do get top 4, and if Conte stays with us, and I don't know why he wouldn't, I think we can't expect them to produce big in the summer. For once, I think a manager is going to come in with a list of players, and that's the players he's going to get. There won't be any, oh, well, do you have like a B and C option for this position? Like none of that. I don't think that Conte's going to have to mess with that part of it at all. I think he's just going to get who he wants straight off the bat, and that's what he deserves, and that's what Spurs fans deserve. We've waited a long time, suffered through a lot of people, a lot more than me, because I only started supporting in 2009. But I mean, it's just not been good, and they owe it to Spurs fans and to Conte to produce.
Absolutely. This guy's still doing it on Twitter.
Is he about
this Sam Petta deal from Atalanta? Still, apparently people are saying he's a fake account, and he's coming back saying he's not. And well, I mean, but it does look like the transfer dealings I've done at Tottenham this evening.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be too over sad of that if it does really end like that. And let's see, these two guys can hit the ground running for us. Do we trust?
Hey, be right back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, not a problem. I said, do we trust Levy and Enoch to produce big guys? I think I really do believe that if it all depends if we get top 4. If we get top 4, and with all the money now we earn through the stadium, the beer money, and through the club shop and things like that, from now to the end of the season, I think we can give Conte a really big purse in the summer to spend. So yeah, I really do believe that, guys. And so, guys, we are 2 hours and 17 minutes, guys, from the 11 p.m. deadline, and it's looking like what we're hearing that Conte is only going to get the 2 signings in and 5 out the window, 5 gone. So, are we happy with that, guys? If it is, are we happy? Simon says, I know a lot of people who started supporting Spurs in 2009. I think that speaks volumes of the Red Nat brand. We play some really lovely football. I'm just going to put in some... yeah. So that's what Simon's saying. We play some really lovely football, and I think some fans still miss that brand now. I totally understand, Simon, what you're coming from there, mate. I've been supporting since 1990, so I've gone through the shit. I've gone through the average, and I've gone through the good. You know what I mean? So yeah, So Chelsea has come up now. Have made inquiry to get Dembele from Barcelona, guys. So that could be interesting to watch. So let's go through some other. So guys, smash the like, subscribe if you already haven't, guys. Get this channel out to all your family and friends. Make them subscribe as well. Get this channel up to 1K subscribes, guys. We are 260 odd away. For doing that, it will be great. And that's the question as well, guys. Are we happy with the players going out? And yeah, obviously says Redknapp was a brilliant manager. I love the free-flowing football that we played, and we should never got rid of him. Leverley should have backed Redknapp, who had a cup in him. Says 2 times Harry got us Champions League football. Hit the like button, guys. This is one of the best channels out there and should be much higher. Yeah, obviously, thank you very much for your kind words, mate. Absolutely, thanks for the support. We totally appreciate it on this channel, guys. And I agree with Harry Redknapp. Yeah, obviously, Harry Redknapp was one of my favourite managers. Absolutely, he was one of my favourite managers. I loved Harry Redknapp. I love transfer deadline. That's why I love transfer deadline day. It was him and his Range Rover hanging out of his window. I think it was great seeing that again. And Facts and Stats says, yeah, I'm happy with all the players going out, except I think Hill's loan should have been in England. Matt's back. Whey! There he is.
Sorry
Matt,
about that. Lovely scran. Oh, he's got his pot noodle.
I
had a nice pork stir fry. Lovely.
There you go. There you go, guys. Matty, it looks like our window's done, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I think this bloke talking about Zapata, I think he's been called out. I think he's a fake account. So I think that's...
Is he a joker, is he?
Well, Paul O'Keefe, he mentioned him in a comment, and Paul's commented calling him just, well, yeah, a fake. So we'll see, I suppose.
Well, Chelsea have made inquiry now about Dembele from Barcelona. So let's see what happens on that side.
Apparently, it was us that rejected him because of the money.
Yes, apparently so. Apparently, his bad attitude and his money, just his wages was astronomical. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
That's a bit weird. Fabrizio Romano, I got a tweet from the Daily Hotspur and it said, Tottenham's market is now almost completed. I thought it was done.
Yeah.
Almost
completed.
Maybe they're waiting for Delhi to go through because apparently he's had his medical and he's passed. Almost.
Well, you cannot never write it out, Matt. I mean, with like 2 hours.
No, you never know. They could just
2 hours and 12 minutes to go, mate. You can never write.
It could be a player that just pops up, and then you got a bit. You got to scramble to get him over the line. But
Tottenham have made a pre-contract offer to Dybala in the last hour for the summer, and this guy is
where's this?
Tagging in DiMaggio for it at tier 1. See, I don't know if that's a fucking load of old fucking tough, Matt.
Yeah, I reckon it is.
I can't say that it's a load of old fucking tough, innit? Transfer market at Tottenham is done. Oh yeah, I see that now. Yeah, Matt, almost done.
Probably just waiting for Delhi to be announced.
Did you see, Matt, the comments in the, or was you watching over, Matt, while you eating?
No, I was in the kitchen eating.
That guy from that Juventus fan got back to us, and he's basically saying he's not too sure about the two players we've got. He said it's my opinion. He said, but he said I'm hoping it does work for Tottenham. He said, but Kulusevski, he didn't hit the heights at Juventus. He said I don't think he's got it in him. He said, but I hope it does work out for him at Tottenham. He said, and Bentancur is a good defensive midfielder, but he gives the ball away hell of a lot.
We'll see, mate.
So, listen to things like that.
Conte's got Winks playing, so...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Was that? No. Batman. Batman, laugh out loud, he said. We should have gotten Basuma. Matt?
I think the problem with this one is he's still under investigation for a sexual assault.
Yeah.
So I don't think any top club is going to go near him until that is done, or whatever comes out of that, because you can't sign a player when you know he's under investigation.
Facts and Stats says we have a little surprise coming, lads.
Oh, it's going to be something funny, isn't it? He's going to come back with...
Oh dear. Yeah, obviously says Leibly is not going to take less than 40 million for Delhi, and Newcastle would be stupid enough to pay that kind of money. I thought we scrapped his contract. What's all this about? I thought Delhi to Everton was a done deal, was it?
No, it is. It is done. It's 10 to 12 million up front, I think, and then he has to play 20 games, and then performance bonuses and stuff like that. All the add-ons go to us at the end of the year if he performs well. Apparently, I didn't think he was ever going to go to Newcastle, because apparently Lampard's persuaded him to come to Everton. That's one of the reasons he chose Everton, to work with Lampard.
Fact that says, imagine the Van der Vaart type deal going on last seconds. Come on, you Spurs.
Problem is, you're never going to get that Van der Vaart, because it will just get leaked about an hour before. That's back in the day, didn't have any of this all the journalists and.
A good defensive midfielder, but gives the ball away a lot. That's a head scratcher.
But Villa were after him, mate. You know, Gerrard must have seen something in him.
Yeah, that's what's coming out from that Juventus fan there, Simon. Yeah, he said it's a good.
Well, I've heard other Juventus fans say he was very key in winning their titles over the years. So
maybe this Juventus fan's an Arsenal fan or something. He's just pretending to be.
Maybe.
Yeah. So Matt, any signings that's caught the eye today, Matt, from any other club that you think that, you know what, this could be a good signing from, you know, or throughout the window.
I think one that's gone under the window, I'd say Dan Burn to Newcastle. I don't know if that's actually gone through yet, but from Brighton to Newcastle, he's been really good for Brighton.
That could be a good.
I think he'll solid that Newcastle defence up. You know, you're looking at it now. They've got Trippier, they've got Dan Burn. Did they get Matt Target? Did they get him in?
Yeah, got Matt Target. Yeah.
Yeah, so another good, Premier League proven defender. So that caught my eye. I thought that is it Guimaraes deal to Newcastle? I think that was quite a lovely deal.
That is a deal and a half. That really is.
Yeah,
I
think that could, but I think that probably is the best signing out of the bunch for me. I mean, we haven't really had any other really big one. I think Weghorst is a really good replacement for Chris Wood.
I think that deal there, I think that is quite a good deal.
What, Weghorst?
Yeah.
Well, they've obviously they've saved money because he's 12 million plus add-ons. So I'd say that's a good deal. I'm trying to think who else has signed. Maybe Aubameyang to Barcelona. I mean, it's not a bad deal for them.
How about that? What are you saying? Newcastle signs are rubbish.
Well, I don't think they were ever going to get top players, were they? But I think for them to get Guimaraes, I think that's a really good deal. I think he's a good player.
Yarmachef from Sky Sports here said, for them to get someone like a Guimaraes, he said that's a statement signing for Newcastle's eyes.
Yeah.
He said that is a signing. He said if I was top clubs, I'll be worrying for Newcastle if they stay up for the summer window.
Yeah. But I do like Donny van der Beek to Everton. I think that's a really good loan move for him, and actually a good move by Everton. I think
that could be one of the signings of the window. Actually,
yeah. I mean, he was never going to come to us because Man United were never going to let him come to us.
Yeah.
People moaning that why can't we get Van der Beek? Well, he's on loan, and it's because Everton aren't a direct rival to Man United. So it's irrelevant, isn't it? You know, otherwise I think we may have tried to go in for him.
Paul's saying it, Matt. You saw a rumour about an offer for Lamptey, which included Doherty to Brighton.
I don't think that'll be. I think that'll be in the summer. I think I think we'll get him in the summer. I think there'll be an option for him. I think maybe we may have start laying the groundworks now and trying to work out maybe more like Joe Rodon to go the other way.
This is what it is, Matt. I mean, we got to look forward now to the summer. It looks like now, but it's gone a bit quiet, innit? It's gone a bit quiet, innit, now for Spurs bringing the one in. Matt. he's a card, isn't it? He is a card, this ball, tell you. So I said, good enough signings to bring them back to the Premier League next season. Good enough signings to bring them back to the Premier League next season and still gives them a chance to stay up. Is it in the balance for them? I think it's about Newcastle, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring them back to the Premier League next season.
Will be interesting to see who does go down. It's going to be a tight race, isn't it?
It's going to be a tight race. It really is. I mean, and do you imagine if Burnley goes down there to sign? Are they signing him on loan? This player from, or they've brought him?
No, he's bought.
Wow! Imagine him going down to the European Championship.
Well, he'd want to go, wouldn't he? Same as that Maxwell Cornet. I like him as well.
Yeah, it's another one. Paul saying, love you really, mate.
Love you too, mate. Cheers. All banter.
Oh dear. So Matt, are you happy with the players going out then? The players we've got out, is that you think, or did you want more? Or do you thought, do you know what, could have got at least one or two? But if you're saying that, Matt, we're looking a bit thin. If you look at that sort of, we can't. I don't think we can afford to get any injuries from now to the end of the season.
No, definitely not.
And look at the bench as well. This is the worry about the bench, Matt. When we got our first team 11 out, is that bench gonna be?
But I still think Kulusevski will give you an option if Son, gets a knock or something. You got Lucas Moura, you got Bergwijn. I think that there are options there. I think in midfield we're pretty stocked now in the central midfield.
Where do you think your play is Kulusevski then?
I don't think he's going to start straight away because I suppose he's got to integrate into the team, hasn't he? He's not just going to.
Yeah.
I think if we play like a 3-5-2, I think he could play in the number 10 role or that sort
Right.
of role where he's given a free roam to, come in and do the business. But apparently he works really well. He's quite fast as well in a counter-attacking sort of. He's very quick on the
That
counter attack, and
prem-
obviously we're pretty good on the counter, aren't we? We play counter attacking football quite a lot of the time, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to find something on new.
But I'd like to see him in the sort of number 10 role because he's got all that creative flair. He's quite strong. He's tall. He can hold the ball up well. He's got a good finish on him.
Yeah, do you know what, Matt? I've got no squirms about this Kulusevski. I think he will become. I think he will become a good player for us. I really do. But the other ones, I haven't seen. I ain't seen much of him, Matt. And when his name come up, I said, "Who's this guy?" I mean, because Matt, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Italian football. I don't know about you, Matt. Do you watch a lot of Italian football?
I've watched bits and pieces, and obviously I play sort of FIFA and things like that. So I know I've heard of Bentancur. I'd never heard of Amrabat, obviously, until we were linked with him. So if there is a positive, then Bentancur is better, and he is better rated on FIFA. Just to let you know.
What's he rated on FIFA then?
It's 79.
Is that good?
It's okay.
Oh,
I mean,
there we go. There we go. It's
rated,
this is a fucking shit.
I mean, Oliver skips 75 rated. Winks is about 78, I think. So it's not bad.
Right. Right.
Put it into context. Højbjerg's an 83. I don't know how, because he's been pretty dross this year, but last season he was pretty good, I suppose.
Yeah, obviously says, "Hey Paul, leave Matt alone. He's my man, right?" Laugh out loud.
Getting a lot of love tonight, Jesus.
You're getting love tonight, Matt. They missed you tonight. Cole says, "Evening. Are you happy with the window?" Evening, Cole. Thanks for turning up, mate. Thanks for commenting. Are you happy with the window? Yes, I'm happy with the window. Me, personally, Cole. I obviously said to myself, I said, "Do you know what? I'll be happy that if we can get the dead wood out, the Tungies, the Delis, the Lascelles, stuff like that, and we have. So I'm happy with that, and we got 2 for the door. So let's see now to the end of the season. Matt, are you happy with the window then, Matt? If it's a done deal?
Yeah, I think like I say, I think we've addressed a few positions. I don't think in January you can get everything done. I think it was just good. I think it was just key to bring in 2 or 3 new faces, fresh blood, and fight for places and a bit of competition. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with it, man. I'm more happy with the outgoings because I think time to clear the dead wood and put a stamp
Absolutely
back onto this team, saying, "Look, like I say, you're not going to pull your weight, or you want to be like Delhi and sit here earning £100,000 a week, or this is a message to anyone that wants to join Tottenham and thinks if you just want to sit on the bench and collect a wage, it's not going to happen, mate. You're going to be out the door if you do that."
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the biggest thing, Matt, innit? We've been asking for a long time for some of these players to go, and eventually someone's listening in there somewhere that these players are gone now. And I don't think that's left us weaker. I know that comment earlier, it baffles me how it's left us weaker.
If we look at it this way, Simon, we've got 18 Premier League games left.
How many are Matt? At them 18?
I don't know. Well, we've got 2 home games coming up, haven't we? Southampton and Wolves. So,
right.
But there's opportunities there. You know, I think if we can just get through without any injuries, or maybe with one injury, not a major one, obviously. If we can get through 18 games, and we relook at it in the summer and build on it even more. And don't forget, in the summer, mate, you're going to have so many free players out of contract. You know, maybe Basuma, he'll have probably 12 months left on his contract then. Hopefully, whatever happens, if he's in prison or if he's not, he'll be available, won't he? If he's in prison, then we won't go for him. But if he's available, we can go in for him. You know, and I think we'll look at Lamptey in the summer as well.
And I think Dabal is a free agent. Wouldn't rule that one out.
I still wouldn't rule out Kessié. I think we could try and get him.
Do you think, Matt? Do you think that these sort of signings, these sort of like transfers, that we'll know straight after this window if they're gonna any of these pre-contracts, if they're gonna get them done for the summer? Do you reckon we'll know after this transfer window then?
Don't know. Hard to say. Spurs might want to keep their cards close to their chest, especially after what's happened with Diaz.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to want to be burnt again. So are they just going to go, oh, we're going to be looking to sign a pre-contract with so-and-so, and then a club comes out of nowhere and just beats our bid? You know, I think maybe try and be a bit smarter.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And I think properly assess it. Like, go in with a plan. You don't want to just go in with scattergun buying everyone. I think, like you say, positions we need will be a right wing back, a striker, not a backup striker, a striker that can either play with Kane or give him a push that he needs. Someone like a Jonathan David, someone like that. He could be available in the summer. And I still think a left centre back, you know, to accompany Davies or give him competition. Yeah.
Who's this Spence guy from Middlesbrough? Because apparently he's still
DJ Spence. Yeah, I don't know really too much about him, but I know we put in.
Is he the right? Does he play that right wing or wing back?
Yeah, he plays right wing back. Scores goals, gets assists.
Right, that's who we've been.
Yeah, it's who we've bidded for, I think. But apparently our bids were too low. But even if we were to get him today, he's not allowed to come to us because he's on loan from Middlesbrough at Nottingham Forest. So,
right Heart Lane says, all I'm seeing on Sky is Abba going Barca. Yeah, I love it. I feel we need a right wing back and maybe another centre back. I think, as Matt said, that will definitely come in the summer. That I'm happy too, but I would have wanted the right wing back. But you never know. We could get 2 more before the window closes. I don't think so. I think the window's gone. I still wonder if something might happen. I just have a gut feeling. What's happened to the Morata loan?
He wanted to stay at Juventus, I heard.
Yeah, that was. So it's already done then, that deal.
Yeah, I think we'll just. I think it's going to be quiet, to be honest. I think we are done, unless a surprise happens in the next hour or two. But
you never know, Matt, do we? We never know.
Bentancur, I will give everything I can for the Spurs shirt.
Oh, let's open it, pal.
Well, it's nice to know he obviously, sort of wants to come.
Absolutely, Matty. Yeah, obviously, say Simon Spence is a very quick and tall and eats up the ground. He's on straight, a bit like Ollie Tanner, but not much skill. Ollie Tanner is a big loss for us. What a player, Matt. What's your say on that, Matt? On Ollie Tanner.
I think he's a good player, but he's been playing for Lewis FC. So I mean, what can you? It's not the Premier League, is it? And do you really want a player like that?
What sort of deal was given him? Because that should be wrapped up. Surely we can't be getting rejected by these sort of players.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do you really want a player who? I mean, do you want a player who's
Arsenal? He slated Harry Kane.
He's had a massive go at Harry Kane and takes the mick out of his speech thing. I don't want a player like that.
No. I agree with you.
And I don't think he's going to be good enough for where we want to go anyway. Not not short term.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
mate.
another long term
Um,
one, isn't it? And you know,
you only have to get the paperwork done at this point, so I won't write anything off. Medical and stuff is after, I think. Yeah, but I don't know. Mind you, I'm glad we got the bad eggs out of the squad. Yeah, I totally agree.
yeah, that will help the squad massively with 2 new players coming in, fresh faces, different, winning mentalities from these 2 that are coming in. They've won stuff. They've won league titles. They've been far in the
Here we
Champions.
go.
Huh?
What do you think of that one, Matt?
What?
Aaron Ramsey, Glasgow
Oh, going to
Rangers.
Rangers.
He's just
Well,
turned
it
up
was a
now.
bit of a shock. I've got to be honest.
He's just turned up now, Matt. I've seen the pictures. He just turned up inside the Rangers stadium now. Wow. That will be a good sign, isn't it? That will be a good signing for the Rangers. Aaron Ramsey's a top player, me personally.
Yeah. No, he's very good.
Oh. Was there a player, Matt, that we wish we should have gone in for more?
What, this window?
Yeah.
Difficult, isn't it? Because there just wasn't. I don't think there was loads of options in terms of quality. So, do you want to waste that money again and then have to offload that player and then try and get someone else in the summer? Maybe Diaz. I mean, obviously he was close, wasn't he?
That was. Do you know what, Matt? Even right, I'll say even if we match Liverpool's bid, right, he'll never come into Tottenham.
No,
I'm not.
No, I think he had his heart set on Champions League football, and yeah, maybe Adama. I mean, I wish Adama maybe did come in just to play at right wing back. I think it would have been exciting.
Yeah, because I thought once Adama went, I thought we was gonna have some more options, but obviously I think the players they wanted, like the Tarek Lampteys and that, Matt, I don't think
not
they're
going to be available in January, are they?
Not going to be available now, and that's the point, isn't it? Was it? Oh, good. Cole said it's a good move for Ramsey. He'll do well there if he keeps fit.
He'll destroy it in that league.
And yeah, obviously says we have to stop this player that comes to us follow Spurs. Ollie Tanner is a special, and everyone that sees him says so.
Yeah, but he's playing for Lewis.
What? Yeah, he plays Latin. He supports Arsenal, right? And obviously he flipping says that about Harry Kane.
Spurs. Yeah.
So
it's not about who they follow or whatever. If you ask an Arsenal fan if they wanted someone who supported Tottenham to play for them, they'd say no as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just wouldn't go down well. If he had a bad game, everyone would be like, "Oh, he's just playing deliberately bad because he's a gooner."
Yeah, that's it, matey. But don't worry, let's all laugh at Arsenal. Get rid of Abba and nothing in. They must be fuming. Yeah. That's like us selling that.
They've let quite a few players go, haven't they? Because obviously, Kolasinac went. Yeah, they let quite a few go, I think.
Absolutely.
So at least if we're getting players out, we're replacing them with some. At least 2.
Harry took the piss out of us with Man City, so just because Ollie Tanner takes the mick out of Harry, that shouldn't be enough to stop us from signing him. Maybe there's something wrong with the deal there, matey. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know if he took the piss out of us. Wanted to go for City, he wanted to better his career, mate. That's what I thought. Going to Man City, he wanted to go and win things.
I told you that guy was a joker.
Yeah, is he a joker, Matt?
Oh, definitely. Do you want to know what he put?
What's that?
The move for Duvan Zapata has fallen through because Fabio Pyro Fitties decided that the player had not spent long enough on Juventus's bench.
Oh, fuck.
Joker.
Oh, what a
It's quite
joker,
funny though,
what a
but-
joker. Talkable says Ollie Tanner said some messed up stuff about Kane. No, Ollie is too special to let him slip out of our hands. You can request an extra hour to get a deal done, I believe. 90% of the players we sign are not Spurs fans, please. Yeah, I'm not saying that, pal. I'm not saying not putting the Arsenal, but it's just what I was hearing. I just don't think I wanted a player like that at the club. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, what would the atmosphere be on the training ground, knowing like Harry Kane knows this player took the piss out of him? I mean, the way he speaks and that, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not doubting the guy's ability. He probably is a talented player. And White Hart Lane says, "Stop backing Ollie, laugh out loud." We have Spurs channels who take the mick out of Harry's accent for oh, come on. And we're not one of them, mate. I mean, so who's he on about now? This guy at Tottenham.
It's all gone quiet.
Yeah. Did you hear what Ronaldo said, Matt, about Kulusevski as well?
No.
Cristiano Ronaldo. He said he is a serious talent, because obviously when he was at Juventus, he said this kid is a serious talent. Really, really good signing for Tottenham. He said so. That was nice. I heard it yesterday. I forgot who actually said it now. But yeah, that was good to hear. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. What a player Ronaldo is. So for him to say that,
yeah. So, yes, Ronaldo really rates him. Yeah. I was right, Cole. Yeah, he said he really is a top player. So there you go, Matt. It's something we got to look forward to. Liam One says, "Hello lads, happy with the 2 signs we did make." Yeah. We are happy. Yeah, very, very happy. I think it's gonna. But it's quieting down now, isn't it, Matt? It's quieting down.
That's it, mate. I think it's done. Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted to go on till 11, Matt. It's tied up to you, or you want to call that it.
I think. Well, I mean, I think that's it, unless there's a change. But I'm fairly confident that is it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be anything, to be honest. Is there really?
No.
I don't even think there might. I mean, probably the next thing, the last thing that gets announced is Dele Alli to Everton, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you want to stay on and to announce that Dele Alli? We already know that.
Really, I think he's gone. Well, he's gone, isn't he? So
yeah.
I mean, for me, it'd be a waste of time. But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you want to call that it, Matt. Basically, that enough's enough. The window's virtually done for us, and we're happy. We're happy with what we see.
Yeah, I mean, not ridiculously happy, obviously, but you got to put it into perspective that January's a very tough time, and none of our teams are in and around us have strengthened. So
absolutely. So overall. Matt, I think you're right.
Give it a 6, I think.
I'll get a 6 or 7.
Yeah,
that's it. Round about that. You know what I mean? So I think I'll give it that mark. The players going out, Matt. I think that they've done great there. And yeah. So we'll leave it as that, Matt. Innit? Leave it as that. It's been a good window overall. So, and let's see what happens now, Matt. That's all now.
Yeah.
The players are in, the players are out. Let's see what we can do with till the rest of the season. And Liam saying as well, Matt, call it a day, lads. Multiple sources saying Spurs win the done. Cole says call it a day. Good night, lads. It's been a blast. Look forward to Paul. Thank you very much, pal. So yeah, Matt, we'll call it a day there. Absolutely.
No, thank you everyone that joined. Sorry I was in and out so much, but it was work, but and dinner and things like that. But I tried my best. And
not a problem, matey. But yeah, so thanks for everyone who's joined tonight. Thanks for Lily White Lane coming on earlier and talk and ball Colin as well. So get over to them two fantastic channels, guys. Lily White Lane and Talk and Ball with Colin. So get on them two great channels. Subscribe to them, guys. And thanks for everyone. Smash the like going out. And and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get all your family and friends to subscribe as well. And we are like 264 away, something like that, away from the big 1K. So hopefully we can get this over the line. Paul Allen says, yeah, it's been, I've said that one. And yeah, obviously said, with you, Matt, laugh out loud. Good night, guys. Nice one. Thank you very much. Great show. Thank you, pal. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And cheers, lad. Not a problem. Thank you to all you in the chat. What makes it for us, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's great. So from me and Matt at Premier Hotspur TV, guys, it's been a blast. It's been good to be chatting to you all you over the last 3 and a bit hours. It's been good, but nothing's happening. It's not where still go on if there's nothing really happening. But watch, just watch us now. Something will pipe up. So, but as I said, guys, thank you for every single one of you for showing us support. And well, mate, we've got a couple more comments there, Matt. Watch what Spurs signed 2 more. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Watch, yeah. Night boys, Sky Sports News is rubbish. Right. See you soon, guys. Thank you very much from me and Matt at Premier Hotspur TV. And we'll leave you with this little intro with a couple of new signings and players going out. Thank you very much, guys. Good night.
Cheers, guys.